Good morning, everybody. We made it, guys. It is Friday.
We're here.
And here
Wow.
we are. Who's feeling great?
Me.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe you.
It sounded convincing.
Rafe?
Sure.
Oh, I don't believe you either.
It's Friday, baby.
Is nobody as enthused as I am?
I'm enthused.
You're Mr. Friday. Everybody knows that.
I'm Mr. Friday. I'm known as Mr. Friday.
That's right.
Maybe it's because I had Monday off.
Maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
that was it. I had Monday off. I'm feeling
This
an
week
extra.
is, I think because of Sunday, this week has felt very long.
Well, what are the plans this weekend?
Couple don't tell shows I got to run, and then going to take a boy car shopping.
Oh.
Or at least tinker around with the idea of cars.
Take a boy car shopping. Mm-hmm. Which, hey,
It's a
there's
young
one,
man
lucky,
turning
there's
16.
one lucky boy out there that
Yeah.
Uncle Rafe's going to buy a
Yeah,
car for.
it was like the Willy Wonka
We're not-
factory.
That's right.
Did you
Right.
find the golden ticket?
Who wants the golden ticket for a...
Hey, little boy.
Are you going to somersault at the used car lot?
Yeah.
That's a ticket to jail.
This guy's offering
Yeah,
me
well,
a car instead of candy.
What kind of car shopping?
well, there's a feller in my life that's turning 16 in August, and I wanted to talk to him about... I got to set some reasonable expectations. I think I'll help him get a car, but he's a car guy, you know. He's like, I'm talking car magazines. This is like, he's this quintessential, like, should have been born in the 70s. Like,
Okay, so
just
Uncle Rafe's
posters of cars in his room.
Uncle Rafe's going to help
Yeah, my
his 16-year-old buy his first car.
yes.
And he's a car guy.
He likes old cars?
He likes cool cars,
Well-
fast cars.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay,
going to
well,
say, I was
usually-
like, if he likes old cars, that's great, because here's your 2001 Chevy Cobalt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
trying. That is
usually
the,
your
yeah.
first car is not a cool car. It is
Classic.
whatever you get.
Yes, I'm like, oh, yes, you know what? A tricked out Camaro is cool. You know what else is cool? 2012 Kia Soul
Yeah.
with a low mileage.
How many of your friends going to be driving Dodge Neons?
That's right.
Yo, I had a Dodge Neon as my second car. It was a great vehicle,
Okay.
you know?
How many of them you see still?
I don't see any of them.
Zero.
Right.
Like that is one of
Collectible.
those cars.
That's a
that
rarity.
It was made for cheap, 10 years, and that's exactly what happened.
I got a car right up his alley. You like classics? Mm-hmm. A 1994 Chrysler LeBaron.
Yeah, you
LeBaron.
cannot go wrong with a
1994
LeBaron.
Chrysler LeBaron.
I dated a guy with a LeBaron.
The final K-car-based sedan in Chrysler's lineup.
Yeah, my cousin had that car where the interior started to sag. The glue gave out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, you
That-
pinned
Like
it
hit
up.
you in the head.
that came in
Mess
a
up your
convertible.
LA looks.
Yeah, I know, Scott. You pinned those up.
Yeah.
That came
That
in
was
a
an easy
convertible,
fix.
man. I mean, LeBaron.
LeBaron?
Convertible? Psh.
Yeah, I had a nice light blue 87 LeBaron. It was
Isn't
rad.
that what Costanza? No, I thought you had a Topaz.
Costanza.
Well, that was in the once I
Oh, that was after that?
yeah, that was because it was my grandpa's car, and then I was able to drive that till I could save up money and bought my own car.
Yeah, Topaz, the Mercury LeBaron, basically.
It was a Sable.
I mean, Chrysler had a whole K-car line. So you had the Dodge Aries, the Plymouth Reliant, the Chrysler LeBaron. The Dodge Dart was a K-car considered?
I don't know. The Dodge Dart Swingers are the ones that I know. Those were sleepers.
The Dodge Dart.
They were sold as family cars and insured as family cars, but
Well-
they had 300-something horsepower.
Well, anyway, what's our budget, Rafe? Uncle Rafe.
Well, I'm still working that out.
Anywhere between 2,000 and
I wish. Do you remember when you could get a car for that?
Right.
I was just
Yeah.
like looking. I'm like, remember you could get an old beater for a couple grand and it would run? Those days are gone.
yeah, I had a
man.
Chevy for $2,500.
Gone. My first car was $150. It had 3 wheels, but it started. I had
That's
to
all
buy
you
a
need.
wheel at the junkyard, but it started up. Now, man, you're 10 grand in before you're even starting.
When we moved out here, my father-in-law, the man who was soon to be my father-in-law, gave my wife and I a car from, he owned a salvage yard in New Jersey, and he gave us a 1998 Honda Accord,
Lucky.
which was, listen, it was a free car.
Yeah.
Hey,
Take it.
don't diss the Accord. The Accord's up it's in the middle of the ranks. It ain't no Civic.
No, it was
Reliable
what it was.
car.
It was what it was. It got us from
Civic rules.
the East Coast here.
I know
and,
what I'm saying. Civic is starter. Accord. He's already 1 or 2 points up. Wow. What?
I mean,
a
this car was a
father-in-law.
piece of garbage.
What a
It
bargain.
came from a southern New Jersey salvage yard.
Was there blood in the interior?
I
Be
don't
honest.
know. There could have been, but it was fine. It was a free car.
Maybe in a trunk.
Yeah.
It was so somebody had abandoned this car, and I got it. This wasn't a pick out any car. This is here's what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
One man's junk is another Rizz's treasure.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, I had the radio stolen out of it 3 times when people would steal radios.
You didn't take the little CD face with you?
Yeah, you got to take the face.
Well, I did because I went to the car radio was stolen twice when it was a non-detachable face.
Okay.
And then I went to, what was that place? Your home of the
$1
What
install.
was that place
Custom.
called?
Custom
Custom
sounds.
sounds.
Yeah,
Was it Custom Sounds? Is they still around?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Okay, I had a radio from them.
Bridgeton?
Yeah.
And it was detachable faceplate, and then I forgot to take it off, and it was stolen. The whole thing.
Oh my God, you're making me have a flashback of dating guys in high school, and they'd be like, "Oh, hang on, I got to take my faceplate off," and I thought that was an added layer. I was like, "Ooh, this is so classy."
Hey, what a badass!
What a cool guy.
This guy's rich.
Or take the entire radio out.
Yeah.
There was that too, where
And
the
the sound.
entire radio came out.
I never knew
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, the handle would flip up, and you could take the entire radio out.
Yeah.
Well, I had a buddy that had a handle. I was wondering what that was. You can take the whole thing?
The whole
Audio
thing.
Get outta here.
That's
Audio Express.
Yes.
Audio
That's what it
Express.
Yeah.
I went there. Fairview Heights.
South County.
South County.
That's where I got mine.
The whole the front. There was a handle. The front would flip up, and the entire box, the
Wow.
entire radio would come out, and you'd have it
You have
what
a cool guy
douchebag.
briefcase.
What
yeah.
a douchebag.
No, this was the hot guy in South County that's dragging Lindbergh, and God bless him. It's great.
Well, the detachable faceplate, you press a little button on the usually the right corner, and when it'll pop out, and you have the faceplate with you. But when you forget to take that, and then you live in the Central West End, and you have a Honda Accord where the window, you just touch the window and it just rolls down on its own from the outside.
That's a special feature, man.
Yeah, at one point I had a Dukes of Hazzard the car where the front door wouldn't open.
Oh, yeah, to slide across the hood and
I had to go in through
the window.
the window.
That's great.
That works too.
We used to wax our cars and do the Dukes of Hazzard slide on the hood. And one time I was sitting up at BS, which is a parking lot in West Frankfort, Illinois, across from the high school, and it was sliding across. And my ass is so big that it dented the side of
Nice.
my Cavalier. And I had to come home, and my dad's like, "What happened?" And I go, "Literally my butt." And he was like, till the day he died, refused to believe that's what happened. He thought I hit a kid or something. I swear to God, I didn't. It was my big ass. I just ran into the side of the car.
Well, the point of the story is I sold that 1998 Honda Accord, which was, I think it was Hunter Green.
Yeah, dude. Forest Green.
Forest Green.
We called them Forest Green.
Forest
back
Green.
there. I had a Forest Green GMC, and it was
Forest Green.
Get it right.
I sold it for $400. $400.
So you made money.
I did. I made money off that car.
That's great.
I made money off that car. $400. So that's maybe we're in that kind of range, Rafe. $400. Can you buy a car for $400 now?
Hell no, dude. That's what I'm finding out. I really got this is a conditioning trip. It's just sad to me just to be like, hey, dude, you know what's cool? Reliability, low mileage. He's a pretty good kid. I think I can get him off the ledge, but I just want to I want to set the right expectation so it's not a letdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you can't get a
especially-
Huffy for $400.
You can't just tell a kid that's turning 16
Who's a car
that's
kid.
a car head, that's a gearhead, like, I'm going to get you a car. It's a surprise. And then show up with a Camry.
Most
Probably not going to, he's not going to be hyped about it.
Most of us, when we're 15 years old, about to turn 16, we're aspiring motorheads. And you know what changes that? Our first car.
Yep,
Yeah.
the price.
Yeah.
Our first car always just kind of sucks that dream right
There was
out
always
of you.
a couple kids in school who got the sweet car. Like my friend had a canary yellow, 67 Mustang convertible that him and his dad worked on. It was
Yeah.
it was sweet, dude.
Oh, him and his
That's
dad
his
worked
first
on it?
car.
Dude.
It was his dad. Well, his dad was a cattle rancher, had some had a little bit of scratch. He was one of the few kids that had money in my school. But it was like, you know, when he pulls that in the parking lot, you're like, well, his social status just changed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Like, immediately.
My buddy Eric he still has his first car. And it's because his dad was a car head, and they worked on these things together. He had a Dodge Dart, still has a Dodge Dart Swinger, purple, with the hubs and everything, like purple wheels. Looks like the Joker Mobile. Faster than all get out like this. You know, I'm driving this pile of crap that came from a nunnery, and he's over there just, blah, 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 you know, coming into this thing. Then there was this one kid, I forget his name, Forest Green Dodge Stealth.
I thought that was his name.
Forest Green.
No. He had a Forest Green Dodge Stealth.
Dodge Stealth.
And I
Yeah.
swear
Sweet.
that kid walked slower and more confident around because he was in a Stealth all the time.
In Southern Illinois, there was two ways. It was either the big truck, the big cool truck, and you're going to do okay in the bonfires. You were going to make out in that truck with somebody. Or you got like a real cool car. There really wasn't. I guess that was right when like people were getting hand-me-down. Like SUVs weren't huge yet. You know what I mean? Like there was a few hand-me-down Explorers. Eddie Bauer editions.
Oh, yeah, I had a buddy that had
Sweet.
that had the Eddie Bauer edition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were doing good.
Was it a Bronco? It was a Bronco. Was Eddie Bauer edition.
Oh, I thought it was Ford Explorer. Maybe it was a Bronco.
I think it was
They
the
did all
Bronco.
the
It was,
Fords.
I think it was the Ford Bronco Eddie Bauer edition. Now let me ask the female in the room.
Moon? No. kidding.
Oh.
Come on, man.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
I haven't heard that joke in a while.
Did, in high school, did a guy's car make a difference?
Hell yeah.
It did. I knew it. I
see?
knew it. I
And
knew
this
it.
is
But here's the deal.
I knew
If,
it. I knew
listen,
it.
if he was like a punk
I knew
rocker that was driving like a probe and made it cool, it was cool.
Probe.
But if he had like a stinky, gross, like Beretta or whatever, like, yeah, it's going to suck.
I ain't
Like if
dating
it
no
was, okay, so if
Beretta.
he was a
I ain't-
good-looking dude,
I ain't dating no guy in a Corsica.
good-looking dude,
Yeah.
crappy
right.
car.
No
Dude,
clam
my
and a
first-
Corsica.
Like the man I lost my virginity to in high school, who I dated for a really long time, had a really crappy car. Like he didn't, but he was cool and he made it look cool.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it's like a little car.
if you're a dork and have a terrible car, you have no chance.
If you have like a Poindexter car and you yourself suck as a person, you're not going to do well. But if you're like a cool person and you have a neat car that you put stickers
Okay,
on and make it look cool,
Okay, mediocre,
Smells good.
mediocre dude, great car. You could land yourself a Lauren Colvin.
absolutely.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
You have a good sound system and you're listening to Incubus, make yourself.
Yeah.
It's just
But
Let
you're
me in.
But
A lot more-
you're a mid guy.
yeah, some
Mid
personality.
guy, nice car.
Dude, I
good
only
sound
could get
system.
mid guys. So like I'm not like I wasn't like a 10. Like I was a mid chick, you know? So
In high school, it doesn't matter.
A lot of personality flaws will get overlooked if you got the right whip. You know
But then
what I
again,
mean?
like the hot guy that I crushed on so hard throughout high school, like he had a brand new truck because his family was very
Oh,
wealthy.
must be nice.
Totally out of my league, you know?
Yeah, I lost my
Couldn't
virginity
get
in a
that.
Taurus.
yeah.
Hey. Well.
Skylark.
What color? What color a
I
Taurus?
regret nothing.
Like a
I
pastel
I
green.
say silver, but it was gray, really.
So your buddy had a Dodge Stealth. So the Dodge Stealth was based on the Mitsubishi
3000 GT.
Yes.
I'm aware.
which
I
was
thought
a
was
badass
That
car.
was very South County, and those things apparently only came in red because there was 2 or 3 fellers that had
Yeah.
red 3000 GTs.
Man, I
You're
remember.
definitely getting a Lauren Colvin with one of those.
Hell
There's-
yeah. I come with the package.
I was part of I was definitely part of the subsect of dudes who had to make their crappy car seem cool by like not caring about it. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Do
I
high
know
school
shots.
girls now care about that? Is that a
I'm sure they do.
do they really?
I don't know.
don't know.
Are
I
they
don't
even are people even dating anymore? I feel like none of this is the same as it was.
I
when
just
we were
don't
there.
feel. I know your son's into cars.
My son's very into cars. I will say, the way that he and his buds talk about cars, the guys for sure care. The guys for sure care. I don't know about the gals.
I think they do because my niece, she is still, she just turned 16, and I mean, she's all about the car. She wants to keep hers forever and still upgrade, get something else.
Yeah, but he's talking about do gals care about
If
what
about a guy driving?
What guys are
Right, what the
driving.
guys are driving.
Oh, okay. Well, Rafe, I made your shopping experience a little easier. I found the car for him. It's a 2005 Lincoln Town Car Signature.
Yeah.
Come on, luxury, and it's a little under 200,000
That'll last
miles,
a
and
while.
it's just a little over $4,000. So there you go.
Send it to me. Be honest, it's not off the table. It's not.
Yeah, I'm really
off
wondering because
the
it was a
table.
big deal what kind of car you drove, and it was a status symbol. Even if you did have a crappy car, you could still make something of it. You could still, for not that much money, make it kind of
Rafe
cool.
23 became a calling card. It was so bad that it was cool. You know what I mean? It had no shocks, and I've talked about it before. There was a cooler where the back seat was supposed to be bolted to the floor. It was a pile of trash. But it got us everywhere, and it was like I had a hatchback and no back seat, so I just pile loose bodies in there and just drive people out. It was a mode of transportation, and I was happy to have it. But I had to kind of play into the comedic effect of how terrible it was.
Right, like,
I mean, it was voted the
Dude.
worst car in our school, and there were a lot of bad cars.
Well, you know what's funny is like you never know what's cool. And at the time, so we were 90 when we got a license, 96, 96, 97, right around there. And one of my friends, his brother was the GM at a local dealership, a big dealership. And he got him a car. And he's like, oh, dude, my brother is buying me a car. And you know what he got him? A 56 Bel Air.
Yeah. At least it had a name,
what?
dude.
So it was yellow and
It's
white. It was so tight, but like no power steering. I mean, you're driving a classic car as a 16-year-old.
I mean, it's not a great first car.
So I thought it was cool as heck.
It
but
is
like,
cool.
was it?
Yeah, like that's like around the same time people are listening to like the Transplants and like Tim Armstrong from Rancid's driving a Bel Air, and so all these punk rock dudes in the '90s wanted to have one. So
This
that's what made
guy
it cool
was
to me.
not punk rock, that's for sure.
well, that
but
sucks.
yeah, it was interesting. It was fun as heck for me because I was like, this is
That's a cool
awesome.
car.
Let me drive this thing. But
I just don't know if it's as big of a deal now as it was back in the, my son's got my, driving around my old Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing good, man.
Which is a-
His
you know-
Which is
social-
perfect.
I talked about that.
Which is a 2018, Jeep Wrangler.
It's a great car to
that's
have.
absurd.
I'm like, this is a
good,
cool car.
That's way beyond cool.
Because it is cool. Because everybody wants a
absurd.
Jeep.
Oh,
yeah, that's upper echelon.
At
guys
some
are
point
killing
in
it.
your life, you want the Jeep.
I told him that at the race. I go, hey, man, you're killing it. You're a lifeguard, and you're the dude with the Jeep. Pop the top off and enjoy your life. All the girls are going to want to ride around in your Jeep. Top off. It seems so cool.
The
Wind
Jeep,
in your
that is.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like Cher from Clueless, only a guy.
What?
You said top off.
Oh, yeah, the top
Whatever,
off the
I don't know
Jeep.
what's going on there. Just,
Hop
make
off
sure.
the Jeep. And, he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, leaning into his lifeguard
Wow.
status. I go, this kid's
How is he?
crushing life.
Has he changed since now he's been driving?
Yeah, I don't see him anymore.
He's
I
a
told you.
man now.
It's gone. You'll see him again when he's 24.
Yeah, he showed up at the race in a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian.
He is Livin. Living.
And the ladies were all over him.
And he goes, this is my pimp shirt. I said, yeah, it is,
What?
dog.
He's
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I was like, he wearing a Hawaiian shirt,
Listen, when the top
with
is
sunglasses
when
on.
the top is
yeah.
off, the chest is out. I need something I can unbutton.
Yeah, he's got 4 buttons undone. I'm like, all right.
If I
man.
look legit,
dude.
you must have quit. He's out there doing some good stuff.
One little squirrely chest hair.
it's funny, and we're all now in our 40s, and I like to remind Lern that she's now in her 40s.
I love being 40.
Do you?
I do. I feel finally of my own soul's age.
And we always, when we talk about younger kids, the younger generation, it's from our perspective. Like, Gen Z, they're stupid because blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. It's our perspective when it comes to them. But what about their perspective when it comes to us?
Remember yesterday we were talking about how our music was the 60s stuff when we were
Right.
their age.
They probably think we're like super smart and so hot, right? Am I right?
No,
Oh,
they don't.
Oh.
Dang it.
No, I embarrassed my daughter yesterday, and it really wasn't an embarrassing thing. But just because, I'm dad and I'm kind of in our zone, I mortified her. It's a bummer. It's a real bummer because I feel like, hey, man, I'm not that dorky. I'm pretty cool. Things are pretty cool. I think I handled this situation pretty cool. It involves a boy. And you just, at some point, you go back inside and you go,
I blew it.
I got no chance. Well, no, it's not that. I mean, I know that I blew it, but at the same time, you're like, I got no chance, man. This is the difference between the generations. She's going to look at it like this no matter what.
Right, and that's the point. So I read this article, and it's from Gen Z's perspective about how we grew up. So we look fondly on our high school years, right? Like, oh, remember when we had beepers? Remember when there was no internet? Remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? Well, for a Gen Zer looking back at how we grew up, they were like, how could you not have internet and survive?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that would have sucked.
Yeah, we look at it like when we were like, oh, man, they used to take a stick and push a hoop down the street for entertainment. Could kill me now.
We should lean into that.
But we had Nintendo.
Yeah, but don't remind them of that. We should lean into that.
But we had Nintendo and looked at you'd enter and our parents would entertain themselves with hula hoops for I don't know how long and then pet rocks.
Yeah.
But we had Nintendo, but my kid looks at our Nintendo and goes, ugh.
Yeah, dude.
We should lean into that and make them feel bad for us.
Well, okay, so here's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
song.
Like, hey, why don't you ease up on your old man here since I grew up without the internet?
Right,
For
look how
God's sakes,
isolated
can you
this
imagine
is.
the trauma that I'm still dealing with?
So this is from the perspective of a Gen Zer talking about Gen X and how they're saying our growing up years were tragic.
Exactly. See, let's lean into this.
Yes.
My
This
kids
is
will
why
start treating me
we're
better.
the way we are.
Number one, no internet, just encyclopedias and card catalogs. Gen Z can't even imagine. If we had a question, it meant a trip to the library. It meant flipping through the card catalog. It meant hoping a book wasn't checked out. Our quote-unquote search engine was the Dewey Decimal System.
I know.
And Gen Z thinks that sounds awful.
And it was awful.
We actually had to talk to librarians.
It was awful because I never really fully understood the Dewey Decimal System. Like, remember how we had quizzes on it and stuff? And they had to teach you how to use it and do a bibliography and
What
stuff?
was nonfiction the 900s? I don't remember. Right? Remember? Was it the 400s, the 900s, the 800s? I don't remember what it was, but we had to use it and we had to know it.
I know.
Also, tragedy. Cartoons for us were only once a week, not on demand. So if you miss Saturday morning cartoons, tough crap.
Well, it's TV in general. You
waited a whole week for another shot at He-Man or Inspector Gadget. No streaming, no pause button, not even a DVR. Patience was a virtue and a survival skill.
Yeah, SOL if you missed your favorite show.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny, though, you would miss it, but not even really care? It was like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, we just watched the next week's episode and acted like we could know what happened.
Yeah.
What a freaking weird time we were living in.
Okay, again, so this is from Gen Z's perspective on how we grew up. Stranger danger everywhere, but we still roamed free. So they say our parents warned us about kidnappers. We saw missing kids on milk cartons every day. But we were still expected to play outside until the streetlights came on. Gen Z finds it horrifying that we learned about stranger danger, but still walked or biked everywhere alone.
What'd you expect them to do? Hang out with us? My parents had better things to do, like sit and watch their TV shows.
Seatbelts. When we were growing up, seatbelts were basically optional.
I know. Remember when they said the law came into effect? Click it or ticket. We're like, what's this?
Seatbelts, sometimes there weren't enough for everybody in the car. I mean,
Right. You and your sister were in one really long seat belt.
Yeah, that was the best when they would get the middle one and they would
Oh,
wrap
yeah,
it
the
around both
long
of you.
one.
Because there was no shoulder strap.
Yeah.
It was just the lap one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get in the back
backseat.
of Grandma's Oldsmobile.
Yeah, we had a few of those cars growing up.
Yeah, we had the lap band only for like all the cars through the 80s and the early 90s. And I remember my favorite way to sit was on my knees. And a lot of times the seatbelt wouldn't kind of like go
Yeah.
over your legs properly, so you just slide it down to the edge of your knees.
Oh, the long one.
They didn't care.
If we had buckling up in the back seat
Torture.
was never a thing.
Yeah.
If you were in the back seat, you never buckled.
Yeah,
in.
I remember being like
I never buckled in the back seat.
arguing
Never.
with adults going like, if we get in a wreck, I'm going to be fine. I'm in the back seat.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit your
It
seat.
was like a
and it's
safe
got
zone.
pads
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah, you're going to hit Grandma's seat, and the airbag is going to hit Grandma. Okay, that
Airbag.
makes sense.
Honestly, if a friend was in the car and they buckled up in the back seat, I would go, dork.
I know, what a nerd.
What a nerd.
Listen, if we
you
were-
probably wear a helmet when you ride your bike too.
Yeah.
If we were hitting anybody in the Buick Electra, they were dying. Ain't nothing happening to me. That
Yeah.
car was just a giant whale-sized piece of steel.
Back seat. Pfft, please.
How am I supposed to lay down?
I laid down in the back of a
Right.
Dodge Daytona hatchback on the way to Kincaid Lake that had, instead of having a rear view windshield, it just had the thing that looked like a shade. Mm-hmm. like the black shade, and you'd get sunburned like the Hamburglar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have his prison stripes on, look like the boy in the black pajamas.
My grandma had pillows in her backseat, and we would just lie down, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Or I would ask to ride in the trunk.
yeah.
Yeah, I
just
had
lay
friends
down
that had the wagon that had the seat that came up.
Yeah,
You know, you
facing
sit
the
there
other
looking
way.
at cars behind you and wave at everybody.
and mooning people. It was
Our-
the best.
Yeah, dude. My grandpa and dad would drive us to Little League practice with like 9 kids in the back of a truck sitting on the humps, the wheel wells.
Yeah.
Or if they wanted to be really safe, they'd be like, don't sit on the wheel well, sit
Right.
with your butt down in the bed. And I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, that's safer
Totally.
in a head-on collision.
They weren't worried about that. They were just worried about sharp turn and you flipping out.
That was it.
I'm like waving at cops from my dad's
yeah.
bed of his truck.
You didn't get pulled over.
No.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. You'd be on the
There'd
highway.
be like 7
Right.
little kids on Highway 51 going 70 miles an hour,
With their dog.
just sitting in the back of a truck, and you'd pass a cop, and he'd be like, hey,
There's those Williams boys.
Yeah, you wave.
he'd wave at you.
And not even a chance of getting pulled over.
No. Insane. I don't even know when that law changed. I don't think it changed. I think it was a law then and no one cared. Eventually
it's
someone's
child
like,
abuse.
we gotta enforce it. Apparently child abuse isn't cool anymore.
You know what's cool is our neighbor had a Wagoneer. Remember the old Wagoneers? Mm-hmm. God dang, those things were so cool. And they had a window that rolled down in the back. It was like one of the first electric window things in the back. And you go, hey, can I sit in the back? Can I sit in the back? And you roll that last window down, and you just, this kind of wind coming out, but you're just
Not really.
Yeah, it was basically a tailgate. I'm like, my head is outside of a tailgate, and I'm just looking at the cars behind us. That was the coolest thing ever.
Now the adult driving will go to jail for child abuse.
Oh yeah. Now the seatbelts got pool noodles on them for extra protection. There's car helmets.
I miss bench seats. Do they make any new cars with bench seats anymore?
No, but I want one.
Right?
I was looking at that sweet ass Tornado that was at the racetrack. It was a mile. That thing was a mile long, and 3/4 of the car was in the front before you got to the windshield. It was one of those kind of cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, that thing is tight.
Are there
It had
two-door?
and it had like bench seat, 4 on the floor, cool car. And I was like, I'm such a psycho. I'd make that like my everyday driver.
Well, yeah.
If I just had money and I could sink into it and I couldn't, and it wasn't just a thing that would be a money pit and it wouldn't matter to me, I would probably drive something.
314 on the texter says, my sister and I rode from St. Charles to Branson in the bed of a Ford Ranger.
I believe it.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Just laying down.
Yeah, seatbelts were basically optional. Every photo was a gamble, which was true. You'd wait a week for your film to get developed, only to find half the shots were either blurry or somebody blinked, or you had your finger covering the lens.
And-
no deletes, no retakes. Disposable cameras are a vintage trend now for Gen Zers.
Yeah, my
For us, it
daughter.
was all we had.
My daughter has a Polaroid and like a digital camera, and she said she took the digital camera on vacation. Was like, this was the coolest thing ever. It's got like a kind of a hue to it, if you will, or its own filter. She's like, but it was so cool. I couldn't see. It doesn't have a screen on it, so she couldn't see it. Like she thought that was the coolest thing ever. So she loves that stuff.
And we were just fine with random strangers looking at every one of our photos. Like, you think about all the photos you have on your phone right now, and like we would just have those printed, and Robin Williams.
Oh, I
1 hour
told
photo.
you, Sue.
Oh, Rizz knows.
I did work on a photo mat, and
Right.
yes, we did look at every picture.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? That's perks of the job.
Yeah, it was part of it. And the boss would save the nudes and leave them for me.
So creepy.
So creepy.
Yeah. But that was a real thing that happened.
So creepy. But that's on you.
Is it? I mean, that was all we had. I just
There
think
was no code. There's no code. There was no code. There was no honor amongst the photomat people. No.
I remember we would act like we were smoking weed and like making fake doobies as kids, as children, as kids do. And we would take photos of us acting like we were smoking a joint. And then I was like, oh, we're going to get in trouble. Because it looked like, 9-year-olds smoking a joint, printing those at 1 Hour Express Photo at CVS or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot more risks to be taken on film back then.
Yes.
I remember like seeing a couple naughty photos that someone's older sister had, and I was like, whoa, where did they have the cojones to take this in to get developed?
Yeah.
You almost have to learn to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Build a little
Dark room.
dark room at your house. I was like, you guys got a dark room or something? You couldn't take this to Walgreens. No way. We know people there.
It was an interesting job, I tell you, because when you had to take apart the disposable cameras, you had to do it in a dark box. So you had to have your hands in the box and know what you're doing to open up the camera, because obviously light would, you expose the film and it'd be done. But it was a cool job. It was interesting.
I guess the equivalent of that now is to be an NSA agent.
I love hearing you brag on the skill set that you had.
Yeah.
For the
there was a certain skill. There was color correcting. There was, listen, it was a photo mat in the middle of a drugstore. Okay.
Tell you what, man, I should have lived in the 70s.
Do you have a lab coat on?
I did. Yeah, I had to have a white lab coat.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Scientist.
Like a scientist.
You are a scientist.
A photo scientist, you guys.
Great, actually.
Dr. Rizzuto.
Did it say Scott R?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't. I didn't have my own. It was like, whoever had the last shift, they left it on a hook.
Oh, no.
Photo specialist.
It's fine.
Okay.
I didn't
You
care.
shared a lab coat?
I did.
Lots of hair on
Ew.
that.
They shared a lot.
Gross.
They shared
I
nudes
did.
and
I shared a
coats.
lab coat.
I always look better in Polaroids. I should have been born in every time I take a Polaroid picture, I'm like, gosh, that technology, I wish that was still around.
Yeah, because it's a
I
little
look
soft.
On an iPhone, I look like I'm passing away.
Yeah, iPhone is too sharp of pictures, like too much detail.
Yeah.
Polaroid a little softer.
Polaroids, it's like that. You get hit with that hot light, and it's just like it's like you're looking into like an angel shining on you, because it's just the flashes. So it's like like a comet in your eyes when it goes off.
All right, gym class, and again, this is the perspective of a Gen Zer looking at how we grew up. Gym class was survival of the fittest.
Yeah, dude.
Dodgeball was brutal. Being picked last was public shaming. Teachers only got involved if somebody was bleeding. Gym wasn't about teamwork or inclusion. It was about surviving humiliation and dodgeballs.
I mean, they're the ultimate parent, kind of behavior as far as teachers goes. Because anytime somebody would get hurt, it would take 3-4 minutes to find the coach. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this is your class. You're teaching gym class, and we're all playing football or whatever, and somebody gets hurt, and we can't find you for a couple minutes?
Listen, there were
Where
times
are you?
you'd go into gym class and you'd see the hockey sticks lying in the middle of the floor, and you'd go, oh, God, it's
Oh,
hockey.
here we go.
It's hockey. The teacher's going to be nowhere to be found, and somebody's definitely getting hurt.
Yeah,
and
blood everywhere.
Yeah.
somebody's 100% getting hurt. There's definitely going to be a fight. And the gym teacher is probably hungover. That's why the hockey stick's in the middle of the floor. He doesn't feel like doing anything.
Yeah,
There were always fights.
wild times.
Did you shower after gym
No.
class? I did.
We were supposed to.
Like-
There's no way I was doing
No,
that.
nobody did.
We did for like 1 year. It might have been our freshman year or something. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I remember watching all those John Hughes movies, and I was like, God, you're like self-conscious of your body. I don't want to be naked in front of my classmates.
No, we never did that. They never taught hygiene.
Oh man, you put on those little gray shorts.
No, we'd have to have our gym uniforms.
It smelled so bad.
We had gym uniforms.
Yeah, and then the looming threat of an NRB
I know.
just hanging in the air could ruin your whole career.
Are you crazy? It's 8th grade. I remember Coach Wagner was like, hit the showers, boys. And somebody, and I still remember this kid, he goes, do we have to? And he goes, well, we can't make you. Everybody went, oh, good, okay.
right,
Not
well,
a single
smell.
person took a shower the whole year.
No, I think we had grass growing in our showers.
There's no way. It was never used.
No.
But I remember that
I
first
don't
day.
even
he
know
was
if
like,
our
hit the
showers worked.
Yeah.
There was
No.
fungus everywhere. It was on the shower. It was on the legs.
You said we
Nobody
didn't have
showered.
to.
Yeah.
We had to wear these little blue nylon, I don't know, phys ed shorts that you got issued at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what we had too.
That's awesome. We
And then
didn't
these
have that.
stupid T-shirts where you write your name in a marker.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
And the coach had those like neoprene super short coaching shorts on.
Yeah, the bikes.
Oh, yeah.
With his like
Vikes.
polo tucked in, and I'm like, there's so many bulges in so many places.
Yeah,
I can't
it's-
even look at you, man.
It was so humiliating because you're like getting your boobs in, and some girls had like their boobs first, and some of them were confident, like these are my breasts, and then like some of us were like didn't have our boobs in and like didn't want anybody to like look at us, and you're trying to like put a different bra on, and it's a freaking
High school
nightmare.
High school was fine. It was junior high that was like you're taking your pants off, you're putting your gym shorts on, and like kids are making fun of other kids' underwear, like, oh, you got tiger whities on. like, my mom buys my underwear. What do you want from me?
Right.
You know, like.
I don't have my own income.
One of my fights, though, was in a gym class locker room middle school. It was dope. It was awesome. Still one of my proudest moments.
Go on.
Oh, no, it was just
You beat the hell out of that lady.
That was a librarian.
This dude was all over me for some reason for a couple days. And, like, it was just, like, building and building. And he wanted to have a go. And we had a go. And it was straight out of the movie.
Did you slam up against a locker?
I slammed his head against a locker after I beat the tar out of this kid.
Were the other
whooped
kids in
him.
the background snapping?
Dude, it was amazing. It was just like the movies.
That's how that was his first band.
All the kids were around us. They were all like cheering and like wanting to see a fight, you know, the whole thing. And it turned out
his effing head off.
Turned out the coaches were even watching.
That's what they were doing.
They watched the whole thing, and
They're
then
probably placing bets.
Yeah, he's
when
like,
it-
well,
when it
would
was
be
over,
good on a football team. I saw that.
when it was over, they're like, "What's going on?" And he's looking right at us, and everybody knew the coach was standing there. And I was like, "Nothing. We're good." He's like, "Okay, great," and walked away.
Yeah.
Like you guys handled this yourself.
That ain't gonna happen.
Nobody lost any teeth.
I got a fake
You handled
paddling.
it.
I beat the hell out of a kid in spelling class who was just like the most annoying kid in the world. Like, this guy was just a bully, effed with everybody, and I can't remember. He like just kept sliding me pictures that he drew that were like, "This is your mom," like getting her head cut off with a chainsaw, and, like,
Jeez,
God.
dude.
and all this like
Spelling class?
Yeah. And I remember I had just gotten this Nintendo Legends of Zelda wristwatch in like 6th grade. Where it didn't really, like, you're supposed to be able to play the game on it, but it sucked. But it was still, you thought it was cool. And I just remember like being filled with rage at a table and being like, he does one more thing, dude. It's on. And he slid this picture over of my mom, you know, in some compromising position, and I just beat the dog-ish out of this kid in the middle class. And Coach Ellis was the coach was the teaching the class, and that
Did
sucked.
you Zelda watch?
Yeah, it
there's your
sucked.
watch.
No,
Zelda
it wasn't that
watch.
one. It was the one that was like a digital. That
Yeah,
had
I know
buttons on
exactly
it.
what
What
that
a
was.
prick that kid was to be drawing pictures of Jackie in compromising positions.
I know, man. He just got
What a
got to
jerk.
me, dude. He found my spot.
Now, as a comic, as an adult and a comic, you get it.
You appreciate it now, right?
Like, you appreciate it now a little bit. What he was
Yeah,
doing. He was trolling you.
He was trolling me a little bit, but he was also just an annoying guy. He just, like, everyone hated this kid. Everyone wanted to do what I did, even the teachers. And that's what happened. I beat the hell out of this kid in class. I mean, it was like when Ralphie loses it in A Christmas Story,
Yeah.
and like the coach pulled me off of him. Was like, "What in the hell's going on right now?" And he's like, "Get out in the hallway." And I went out there, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, he's drawing pictures of my mom. I can't. I'm crying, you know. I'm like,
look like
I'm
your
having an
mom.
emotional breakdown.
Look at my watch.
And
It's like
he
a
goes,
stick figure. It's
and he
your
goes,
mom.
"All right, God damn it, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna slap the paddle against this pole 3 times, and you're gonna scream bloody murder like I really gave it to you out here." And he goes, "I hate that kid too." Like, he's like out there. He's
on your side.
Yes, dude. He's like confiding in me that he's like, "That was the best thing I've ever seen. I can't stand it. I wish I could have done it." And I was just like, "This is crazy." And like, that is not what an adult should be telling a kid who just had a violent emotional outburst in the middle of class. And then he just smacked the pole 3 times, and I was like, "Oh," you know, like really selling it. And then I went back to class, and like after that, I was like, me and Coach Ellis are square, dude. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, the coaches got it.
We were good after that.
The coaches got it. Both.
And
these
I was
coaches
not like
got
an
it.
athlete. At this point, I was like a tubby little 6th grader. I hadn't grown into my body yet,
Yeah.
you know. So it was like,
Well, do they even like, again, in gym class, all right, Rafe's the captain and Moon's the captain, and you got to pick your teams. And if you're picked last, I mean, it's devastating. They don't do that no more, do they?
Somebody's got to be last.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really hear anything about gym class.
I thought it was cool to be picked last.
No.
That was not a good thing?
No, not a good thing, Scott.
I thought it was popular.
Always the redheads last. Okay, music wasn't easy. It was an adventure. Gen Z can't even imagine that we had to carry our favorite cassettes and a Walkman everywhere. And making a mixtape took hours and serious patience. If your tape got eaten, you're out of luck. Gen Z can't believe we didn't have Spotify, and we think they missed. We think they missed out on the magic of a mixtape.
Yeah. I still love a mixtape. Like, I love a playlist. It's just so easy to do now, so it doesn't mean as much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it hits when you're in the right mood and you got that little playlist you know about, your little secret stuff. When you're in a mood, they hit hard.
Talking about one that you make for somebody, though. Like if you make somebody a mixtape back in the day.
That's nice.
Yeah, nobody's making mixes for anybody anymore. Because it meant you had to go get the music. It was usually something they didn't have. You had to get the music somehow, either a CD you bought or a tape you had. And you had the dual cassette.
Did you guys ever have girls decorate like the top of a CD mix that she made you and like
little hearts
made it all cute and stuff?
Flowers.
No girl made
girl
me a
ever
mix.
made me any
man.
mixtape.
Girls made me mixtape. I mean, my girlfriends. It was so cute. So I knew like Emily G made this one. It was gonna be all emo and punk, you know, or Tim made this one and it was all goth metal.
No, I was making the mixtapes for the girls. Nobody made one for me.
Bummer.
Yeah, that never happened.
Neil should make you one someday. That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Be a
I was
cute
making
gift.
it for
You never got a
myself.
CD? You never got a burned CD with like
Sure you did.
the modern mixtape with a little bit of marker on it, drawn on the CD with hearts from a girl?
No, guys.
How?
Wow.
I guess
Maybe
missed
my
out
high
on
school
that.
girlfriend did. I don't
I
remember.
definitely did in high school. Not anything before, but
Definitely not, and it's okay. It all worked out
be
fine.
like Boys to Men and
To burn that CD, it took 20 hours, though. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Nobody wanted to
Yeah.
do that kind of effort.
get on LimeWire and make it happen.
Gen Z says they can't believe, we didn't have texting. If you wanted to talk to a friend, we had to brave the landline and risk chatting with parents first.
We had texting. It was just notes.
Hi, is Jared home?
Hello. Hi,
Hi, Mr. Wiener. Is Jared home? Who is this? It's Lauren Colvin. What do you want? I'm in love with your son.
I want your boy, sir.
I want to marry your son. He's not home. Then you get on your bike, you drive by, and he was home.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
I just love how it does seem crazy you had to talk to parents, but if you remember back then, you'd call and you say, "Hey, is Brad home?" They're like, "Yeah, let me grab him." Like no one actually really cared. They're just like, "I don't want to be on the phone. Let me get him, and I'll hand this off, and I'm leaving."
I was watching that interview with, I can't remember the girl's name. She was in the show Girls. She was like, not Lena
Allison
Dunham, but
Williams?
Maybe Allison Williams. And she was talking about growing up in the 90s, and she's like, she's like, your friend said to ask you, Stephen Colbert asked her about, like, this fantasy she had about somebody somebody staring at her through the window. She's like, oh, yeah, I used to imagine my crush, like, that he was so obsessed with me that he would come over and, like, watch me.
Yes.
So I'd dance with the window open and, like, always hope that I'd wake up and see, like, a handprint on
It's
the
so
window.
lame,
I'm
but
like-
it's so true.
And he goes,
Yeah, because all the movies had fellers standing in trees.
Or putting a ladder up.
Now it's
that's
stalking.
that is straight up crime.
Yeah, there
Now,
were peeping Tom laws.
back then, she's like, I used to just leave the blinds open and kind of dance around in my bra and underwear and hope that my crush was like, she goes, I know it was weird, but it made sense at the time.
Right.
And I like thought, and I go, yeah, I kind of remember.
Yeah, dude. Every other movie was telling us.
All right, let me ask you this question, and I think we've all probably done it: calling a friend's house or calling a boy's house or girl's house. If they didn't pick up, and if a parent picked up, hung up.
Oh, of course.
Heck yeah.
Before caller ID, yeah, that was the move.
Like if a parent picked up, if it wasn't the voice that you were familiar with, click.
And you also knew not to answer the phone if it rang right back.
Dude,
Right, the old star
Don't answer
69.
it. Just let it go.
Star 67, which still works, by the way. Have you ever called Star
I had,
67 in a
What's
while?
star 67? Star 69 was the callback.
I know Star 67 was block your
it.
number.
Block it, dude.
Like, here.
Was that horse poop
I'll
or
call
did
your
that work?
phone right now.
No, it worked, man. I mentioned
Let
it.
me see if it still works. Because I did this not too long ago, like whenever I was working in promotions and I'd have to call winners and I didn't want them to have my cell phone number. And I would do Star 67. And let's see, I'm going to call Rizz and do Star 67
first.
See if it blocks. Because it worked like 10 years ago.
It actually just gives you her social security number now.
All right, hang
Does
on.
it block it?
No
or is-
caller ID.
Yes, it still works. Star 67.
No caller ID. Wow.
That's sweet.
Very nice.
Prank
Still
calls are
works.
back.
Prank
Let's go.
prank calls are back, baby.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And they also say our toys were accident prone. We survived easy bake oven burns, sharp edge skateboards, lawn darts that were basically weapons, no helmets, no padding. According to this article, hundreds of thousands of kids ended up in the ER thanks to these quote unquote fun toys.
Yeah. I fought two brothers with a yellow wiffle ball bat.
Oh, yeah.
That, you know.
Oh, yeah. That was part of the
It was
arsenal.
2-on-1, and I seemed fair to me. And they left, they were pretty welted up. By the
Oh, when you
Yeah, what a weapon of choice. Because you can't kill nobody, but man,
kill
will
it, but
do
Yeah,
damage.
but I would wrap the top. I had like 4 or 5 rolls of electrical tape that I would
Oh,
just
yeah.
wrap the
Yeah,
top
it'll
with.
do damage.
That would make it a little top heavy.
That's some real damage.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Starting to see a pattern emerging. They called my mom a bitch, and I'm starting to see a pattern emerging here.
Yeah. Well, you're
You were
protective
defending
of
the
your
honor of your
mom.
mother.
That's fine. That's good. That's a reason.
My dad encouraged it, which was not good either. He's just like, you gonna let those boys called your mom a bitch and gave her the finger earlier today.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
and
I
you
would
know,
this
attack
will not
somebody
be
you gonna
if
let
they
that
attacked my
stand?
mom.
And I go,
This will
oh,
not
there's
stand.
2 of them. And he goes,
Here's a wiffle ball bat.
figure it out. And I go, all
This
right,
should even.
figure it out. That was the advice.
Okay,
I
now
got. All
think
right.
Dad.
So, with all that being said, harken back to your childhood and think about if your parents would ever do this for you. Because there's a guy that's going viral for, I guess, his trip to Disneyland. I don't know if anybody saw this. Picture this. So you take your family to Disneyland. You plan a magical breakfast.
All right.
And then the bill comes. And it's $1,000.
Whoops.
Oh, my gosh.
Dang.
So this guy posted the receipt. It was $937.65. Breakfast with the family it was the Disney Princess Breakfast Adventure at the Grand Californian Hotel. I guess he didn't look at the price.
Oh, my goodness.
The breakfast itself was a pretty fancy affair, 3-course meal where you and the kids can hang out with real Disney princesses and join in on princess-themed activities.
Gosh.
$142 a person, no matter your age. That's before tax and tip. Shrimp cocktail, macaroni and cheese, asparagus, deviled eggs, roast beef. Food was 7 out of 10, he said. Service was great.
Did they hand feed it to me?
$1,000.
That's wild. So, I don't know. I feel like if it's an entertainment place and it's costing you $140, you should not have to tip. Right? Because they're getting paid really, really good.
So he posted his receipt. It went viral, more than 16 million views, thousands of comments.
Because you're buying a show. You're buying an experience.
Yeah, you're buying an experience. It should all be
I
included.
kind of know what you're saying.
The company should take care of that for you. Whoa.
People were split, calling him a great dad for making the day special. Others were like, wow, you're an idiot for not looking at the price.
Yeah.
Both things.
Both things
are
can
true.
be correct. Imagine your dad, Rafe, the one who said, are you going to defend your mother's honor?
Yeah. Imagine him what?
Imagine him getting a bill or taking you someplace that would be $1,000.
No, brother. Not even in the. We could time jump to 27,000 different universes, and that was never happening. I didn't go out to eat where someone waited on me until my uncle's wedding when I was 12. And we went to a Steak and Shake adjacent from the hotel, and I was like, wow, this is fine dining. This guy's got a bow tie
This
on.
is how the other
A
half lives.
salad inside of a taco shell. Are we in Beverly Hills?
It's true. It's
And he
so
was
true.
bitching about that bill. It was probably like $9.
Yeah.
With the
There's
tip.
no way $1,000. He would have the same thing would have been like, "Hey, you're gonna just let them charge us $1,000?"
Right.
Go
Here's
get
the
the
bat.
Here's a wiffle ball bat.
Figure it out.
They drew your mom. You know what
Yeah.
to do.
Hey, that waiter called your mom a bitch when you're in the bathroom. He seems like a nice guy. Well, what are you gonna do about it?
So wiffle
get the
ball,
wiffle ball
bat in the back of the skyline.
There's zero. He was the cheapest. No way.
Did you guys get an allowance as a kid?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of, yeah.
Every once in a
We
while.
tried. I think we tried to do it.
Not as a young kid, but I had weekly chores, and you only got the allowance on Saturdays after the weekly chores were done. Dust buster, vacuum the stairs, a couple other things, and then it was. I think it started at a couple bucks. I think it was at one point I was like $5, which was pretty dope.
Do your kids get an allowance now?
No, not right now, but they did. Now, remember, I talked about this a couple of years ago. What we did, they have jobs now. So when they got jobs, the allowance.
You're right, sure.
But prior to that, we gave them all the option. Hey, you do what you're told around here, you pull your weight. You're going to do that regardless. Okay, so the chores were, we got a house with a lot of people living in it, so you need to participate. Now, we will give you $20 a week, but we're not going to buy you clothes or any of that kind of stuff. We will give you an allowance regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But you will, it was like a responsibility thing where we're trying to kind of teach them how to save your money and where to budget your stuff and all that. And we gave them the choice, like, hey, we'll buy your shoes, we'll buy your clothes and all that kind of stuff. We'll, of course, have a say in it, but you won't get an allowance. Or we have no say, for the most part, in that kind of stuff, and we're going to teach you some basic economics by giving you this thing. 2 of them chose the allowance. 2 of them chose not to. And it worked out really well.
Yeah, we try. I mean, we never gave our kids allowances.
It was kind of awesome. Like and seeing their different approaches was good. They opened up bank accounts, and the money would just transfer from my account to theirs every Saturday. So there was no, it was just like banking. Like they got a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, if my kids got money from their grandparents, they would sock it away. Birthday money. But
I thought it was great. They learned really quick.
Yeah, it's a good. Maybe we should have done it.
That $20 wasn't that much. They learned really quick because they'd be like, "Hey, I need some shoes," and I go, "Oh, okay, cool. Want me to take you to the shoe store?" And they go, "Wow, I spent all my money last month on this and this and this." I'm like, "That's not my issue, man."
Did you get an allowance?
We got a deal.
I kind of did and didn't. Like, my parents were divorced, so my dad tried to implement an allowance with chores, and then my mom kind of screwed it up, I think, and was like, "Here's just money, just go."
Yeah, nowadays, 71% of American parents give their kids an allowance. So 71%. And on average, kids between the ages of 5 and 17 are getting $37.19 a week.
Holy crud.
2025.
For an allowance?
For an allowance.
Wow, I'm cheap, I guess.
But though the typical amount is actually lower, the median is $20 a week. So since some parents are especially generous, they skew the average higher. But the median is $20.
Okay, that's exactly what we did. $20 a week.
I had to create I got good at it too, man. Like dragging I remember vividly, it was a red push lawnmower made by a company called Murray 20.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to where I could ride my bike and pick it up onto 2 wheels and ride it around town, and I would just find somebody with long grass and beat on the door and annoy the hell out of them and be like, "I'll mow your grass for $10." Because I didn't get an allowance. The only way I was going to get cash was like
You had a hustle.
I turned into a little door-to-door mower salesman, and then I'd do probably like a half-ass job, to be honest with you.
Right.
Take the $10 and go.
That was good money.
But I had a couple. Then I got a couple steady lawns, and that was tight.
Yeah, because there was a season about 2 years in a row where I was pulling in about 100, and I remember it was like on average 140 a week.
Whoa,
yards.
140 a week?
Yeah, and I had a job.
Holy
I was
cow.
working like crazy, going all over to some mow yards. I'm like, I can make a ton of money.
140 a week? How old were you?
I was probably 14, 13.
Dude, that's
14.
killing it.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I just realized, man, $10, and that was to mow pretty big yards. Buck in gas. I guess gas wasn't that expensive.
No.
Back then. Gas was like 90 cents. You can mow a whole lawn, couple lawns on a
Couple
gallon.
lawns on a little tank of gas, but so the median is about $20 a week, and as you'd expect, the numbers go up as kids get older. Teens, 15 to 17, are raking in the most, with an average weekly allowance of $44.88 and a median of $25. The most common age for kids to start getting an allowance is between 9 and 11. But handing out money is also very popular among parents of teenagers. Over 70% say they regularly or occasionally give their teens an allowance. So, and it's still cash. Mm-hmm. For the most part, it's cash. But my daughter does not like accepting cash.
Why is that?
She's card only?
She's like, put it on my Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our kids do now.
Oh.
Like if she'll, on a birthday, if she gets, money from whatever, she'll be like, hey, she'll give me the cash and go, hey, can you put this on my Apple Pay? Okay. That's so sophisticated, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, because they got that all connected to their DoorDash
Right,
and their other
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it is going to be summer officially at 9:42 p.m. tonight, officially. So I guess happy first day of summer, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, back at you,
Well,
man.
thank you, man.
And also with you.
And today also is the longest day of the year.
Oh, yeah, 25 hours.
I felt it last night, man. I think that's one of the reasons I'm so tired. It was 8-something, and I was like, what? The freaking sun's still out. What's going on?
Today's the longest day of the year, and it also feels like summer in most places. Here are some of the summer plot lines we're tracking over here. So most of the country is under a brutal heat dome right now. Mm-hmm. That's when the atmosphere traps hot air within a specific region, often with little cloud cover or wind. It's expected to extend into much of next week in a lot of places. So here in St. Louis, it's going to be high in 96 tomorrow, 95 Sunday, 96 Monday, Tuesday 95, Wednesday 93, and then it cools down to 90
Oh, great.
Nice.
next Thursday.
It's going to be so hot this summer. Like, if this is day one, just
I
think
thought it was
about
supposed to be a cool summer. That's what
a month
everyone
from
said.
now. No, I heard it's going to be bad.
Well, we'll see.
Like, Alaska is under a heat advisory. My
What's
in-laws
it
are
going to
in
get up to 65 there?
Yeah, like my in-laws are doing an Alaskan cruise this week. Like they're in Vancouver right now, getting ready to fly over to, I guess, where they board and
Sweet.
all that. And they're like, yeah, we don't know what to pack because you're supposed to pack cooler clothes, but they're under a heat advisory,
Yeah.
so it's going to be
well,
like
what does that
normal.
mean in Alaska, a heat advisory?
I guess like a mild temperature for us
Right.
here. Yeah.
A writer for thecut.com did a big article on pit stains and how she's just a very sweaty person in general. Anybody worry about pitting out? I always do.
Me, yeah.
I'm wearing a shirt that I could be pitting out. Am I pitting out right now?
No, you're fine.
No, you're all right.
I used to have the big issue, but whenever I quit using the what is it? The
Antiperspirant?
yeah, I quit using anything with that, and I don't sweat.
So you stopped using antiperspirant.
Life-
Yeah, and you stop
now you-
perspiring.
Yeah, that stuff I swear is a lie. It's a scam.
You know what sucks about being so short is I am perfect pit height. So when we take photos with like people in our lives,
Ew.
men and
Oh,
women
you're
that
right
have
in
like,
there.
like I have a tank top on today, like I go right into people's pits. Like my shoulders smell like people's pits for the rest of the summer.
Ew.
Man, that
You
was,
know,
I'm having a traumatic flashback.
I'm sorry.
Anytime, like, man, during when we were talking about the other day where they had the little right guard where you click
the
it and you
gel?
like the gel.
Yeah.
And your
The ball.
uncle was wearing a
Gross.
tank top or something. And you'd be out in the yard with your uncle and he'd be like, hey, over here. And you'd just be like, he'd feel that gel like going down your-
or the white balls being stuck to
The
somebody's.
LL Cool J?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the foo-foo
yeah.
balls.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was gross.
Blah.
That's the LL.
But
Get a
this
little LL
writer,
there.
she says she's a very sweaty person in general. She's always been embarrassed by it, but she says, hey, I'm embracing my pit stains this summer.
Okay.
She says, no more preventative measures, no more embarrassment. Bring on the sweat, baby.
She's letting herself go.
The New York Post wants you to know summer is open season for, guys, UTIs. That's right.
Yeah, you better be careful, man. We didn't ask Dr. Huatma about this yesterday, and somebody had texted in about, can men get urinary tract infections?
Yes, they
and
can.
Of course
Yeah,
you
for
can.
sure.
You have a urethra, okay? So you better be watching out.
A doctor explained urinary tract infections are more common in the summer because the combo of heat, humidity, and dehydration weakens your immune system. They're about 30 times more common in women than men.
Right. Well, you know what, though? What do guys do when you get a UTI? Because women have the suppositories, the monostats or whatever. We can shove those things.
Never had one, so I don't know.
Like, do they make like a gel for you guys?
I
For
think
what
drink
now?
cranberry juice.
Cranberry
UTIs?
juice? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just got to
You ride it out.
Power
Ride
through.
it out, baby.
Cranberry juice and power through.
Oh, man, there's
Antibiotics, I
nothing
guess.
worse.
I punch it out of my
Here's a
system.
Z-Pack and some cranberries.
Yeah, that's it. What's the best thermostat setting for summer?
74.
74.
67.
That's what I read. I read the perfect temperature. Like Ameren or something put this out. It was 74, which I think
That's
is a
the
bit
old folks'
high.
home.
Way high.
I am
Way
a
too high.
71 girl at my house.
71.
I
I'm
pumped
a
that thing down.
67, baby.
Come on, brother.
67.
Preach, brother.
I put the setting is 67. You're hoping for 69.
What do
Well, I
you
found-
want?
An article on MarthaStewart.com says the ideal temp indoors is 70.
The one thing that I've come around to just totally being my parents on is having a cold ass house.
Yeah.
Because I can't sleep.
Right.
It's cold.
70
I
is
turn
my
it down
house.
at night, but during the daytime, I find that happy medium where it's not going to run the entire day. Mm-hmm. So it's right around 69 is where it'll actually turn off at times, and the house is cool, and then it kicks back on.
If you want to save money and not crash the grid, the ideal setting is 78.
Oh,
You can get the hell out of here.
Get out of here.
Each degree above 75 saves about 3% on your energy bill.
All right, let's go to the offices of the energy company and see what the CEO's office
Right.
temperature set at.
Well, shout out to everybody who is, their partner is a scheduler. Like Tim has our thermostat scheduled at the house. And what
Yeah.
I do as I'm walking to bed is I pop it down because I need it to be at 71. Like he has it at a nice, coasting 74.
Ugh.
74,
Damn,
disgusting.
And then I'm hot and I'm perimenopause, so I have hot flashes. It's a freaking nightmare. And yeah, getting into the 60s, that's cool. Also, we have the solar panels, which we have electric, for our air conditioning. Our Ameren bill's $5 a month. Why are we not just sleeping in an icebox?
Right.
Tim?
Should get it.
Yeah,
in your house.
you got it made.
74, I feel like I'm in a rainforest.
We're going to have words later.
I would be in a meat locker if I was paying a $5 electric
Yeah,
bill.
you've got
Me too, dude.
I know.
It'd be like
You've got
Predator
solar
2 when
panels.
they go find the Predator living in where all the meat's hanging up.
Right.
Yeah, I'd see my breath.
That'd be me. Yeah.
$5, you
I'm like
kidding me?
Nosferatu. Just let me live in the darkness
I'd
and
be
cold.
Yeah, I'd be like, what was the Return of the Jedi where he's sleeping inside the carcass
Yeah.
to keep warm because it's so cold on
Yeah, I
high.
used to think my parents were crazy people, and I was so upset because I was always so freezing cold at night. And now I get it, man. I just thought they were monsters, but man, I'm a monster too. I want it
Yeah.
cold, or I'm not sleeping well.
74.
I can't sleep when it's hot. I'll lose it. I don't give a damn. I'll take my money. I won't buy groceries. I don't care. Just let me sleep I want to be frigid.
I forgot you had the solar panels.
Right.
You got no excuse.
I know.
This should be the coldest house.
Should be
in
the
world.
coldest house of all of ours.
He was looking at our solar panels app last night. And he's like, "Hey, did you run the dryer today?" And I'm like,
What?
"No." And I'm like, "The dishwasher." And he's like, "Oh," because you can see whenever you're spiking up for the electricity that you're using. And I'm like, "Hey, man, let me just do what I need to do."
Did you have
He's
a
been an
box
energy
fan on
Nazi.
for 5
Yeah.
minutes?
It's like the Third Reich of energy conservation.
Oh my
Tell me
goodness.
the truth.
Right, I'm like getting interrogated. I'm like one gummy in. We're watching David Attenborough. I'm like, dude, I am falling asleep. I'm getting interrogated about what I ran
Tim
electrically.
Goebbels over here.
I see there's a.
How long have you had the TV on?
Why do you have a suit on? What's going on? Yeah.
That's amazing.
God.
Sorry, Tim, but that's funny. That's funny stuff.
Well.
Well.
One more thing before we move on. The National Weather Service put out an advisory warning people in areas with extreme heat to avoid heavy foods. So avoid heavy foods, meals high in protein because they could raise your body temperature.
Oh.
If you're living in a house that's 74 degrees. Also avoid alcohol and coffee, even iced coffee, because those drinks can speed up dehydration. And, of course, you should also avoid leaving your children and pets in your car, particularly outside in the sun, but really anytime.
Yeah, please check on pets. I worry about it. I got Mr. Gray, and he gets ice water, and I'm trying to make sure he's all good. But I hate whenever you drive by and you see somebody with a dog chained up outside, and they have no freaking no shade at all.
When we lived in South City, we had a neighbor that kept their dogs outside, and they would go to work, and it'd be summertime, and it'd be hot, and the
terrible.
dogs would knock their bowls over.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go.
Good. I'm glad you did something. Call animal control. I'm definitely a Karen in that way. Do not mess
We had
with
an outside dog.
having animals that
Yeah, but
don't
you give 'em
have
shade, right?
their resources.
Yeah, she had we had one of them sheds, like a Home Depot shed or something, and my dad built a box in there, and it had hay. So she would go in there and sleep and chill and whatever. I mean,
That's probably
Didn't
fine.
you have trees in your yard?
yeah, there was a tree.
Any shade, though? Because that's where,
I guess so.
yeah, I mean, if they have a little spot to get away.
Imagine sleeping at 78 degrees in your house. My God.
God,
What
kill me now.
God.
Kill me now.
I know.
I would
That
go, the
sounds-
air conditioner's broken, and
That sounds fake.
I wouldn't sleep. There's 0% chance.
I'd be out of the covers.
My grandma.
We have a Tim Simp is checking in on the 618. Even with solar, it helps to save energy because you can bank credits for what is it for bank credits for when you use more energy.
Get out of here, hippie.
Which is right.
Yeah, I
yes, we
understand
can
that.
bank it, but
one-
I am
one life.
tired and I want to
Bank
sleep.
this, grabs crotch.
I get one life. I only get one chance to sleep tonight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? Like
Right.
tonight it will never happen
the hell?
again.
And Tim has to sleep too, and he's not comfortable in the hot too. Okay.
What? Then
Dude.
pay for the convenience. Go for it. Come on, you get
Splurge
one
a little
life.
bit.
That is my big. I don't want any questions in the summer. I'm just like, I'll pay our electric bill. I don't even ask.
Whatever
for
it is.
I don't care what it is. Just from May until August, I'll pay the whole thing. I don't even want to have a conversation about it.
And this stays at 70.
Oh no,
69.
70s for
69.
70s for the weak spined. I want it. It's got to be in the 60s. 68 preferably. 69's funnier, so I'll go with that.
Okay.
68 is the temp that I'm like, and then there's times when I walk in at 68 and I go, this has got to go down. Just for a minute. I've been outside too long.
I feel it.
I'll crank it down to like 66. And
Upstairs
get a
at
real
68.
gust
Oh,
going.
me too, man.
Upstairs is 68, downstairs is 70.
And I'll put a fan on me.
We got one of them things that when you set it, you can set like a daytime one, you can set a nighttime one. My daytime one is 71, my nighttime one is 67. But I'll tell you what, if
I've never felt closer to you in my life.
I know.
than you right
If I'm gonna go to bed a little bit earlier or something, it's got this temporary thing where it'll do like a 3-hour setting where if you like manually touch it, wherever you put it, it will last there for 3 hours and then go back to the schedule and I'll go up 65.
I want to install on our thermostat when he puts the thing in the Goonies, when he puts the skeleton key on and the thing closes around his hand and he can't get it out. I want that for Tina when she tries to turn it back up while I'm sleeping.
Oh yeah, there's a rule. Like the kids haven't touched it in years because if you touch that thing, I will know. My little app will tell me, and I will be pissed. I don't get mad about much. But
Line
that,
up.
I'll be like, hey, did you mess with
touched
this
the
last night?
thermostat?
Like, don't do that. You're affecting the Rizz show.
Yeah. We don't need Moon in a bad mood. All right, listen, we got to take a break, but first. All right, Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Tomorrow, join Lern and myself at the Hot Shots in Arnold. They are back open, baby. We'll be out there from 3 to 5. The party down there starts, I believe, at 11:30. But come out and say hi. From Montgomery City, Andy Hartzell is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Andy's wife is a Team Rizz member, and it's something for them to bond over now. He loves the music that the station plays. Andy loves my wit because he is just like me. He has a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful daughters. Andy Hartzell from Montgomery City is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get the super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:15. It is Friday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Hey, look at that. What's it say?
66.
My
damn.
house is set on 66 right now, so I take it back. I didn't realize that I changed it.
That's cold.
Ah, yeah.
Order 66.
Around 8 o'clock, it'll go back up. a
Order
little
66.
bit. Your traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast, as Rizz said earlier, mostly sunny, high of 93. Right now it is 69 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Should bands just retire? Which star didn't make the final cut? This is kind of interesting. Movies this weekend and the best films with sharks.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And think about this, and I know you'll bring this up in Crap on Celebrities. I know Tina Turner's getting a statue in, where's she from originally?
She is from a little town called
Festus.
Brownsville,
All right,
Tennessee.
Brownsville, Tennessee. Who in St. Louis deserves a statue?
Oh, I got
Oh,
somebody.
thank you.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh. I do, and I've been trying to make it actually happen.
Okay. I'm curious. All right, we got
Okay,
that.
no.
We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, all that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The texter 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow. Show your emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Friday fail stories, Rafe C. Memoriam. Our buddy Bobby Jaycox will be here around 8:30. You could see Bobby at Helium. 2 shows, 7 and I believe 9:15. Bobby's headlining Helium tonight only. I saw they sold the Brentwood Promenade.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. To who? The devil?
Well, and what's the... It's actually the Promenade at Brentwood.
Oh, excuse us.
Wow.
The Promenade.
The promenade.
At Brentwood. Yeah, it sounds fancier that way. What's that known for?
Parking hellscape.
Yeah,
A parking nightmare.
Why does somebody sell a property that seems to be crushing it? Like every place seems to be occupied. They make a ton of money. Why would you get rid of it?
So the Promenade of Brentwood, that's where the Target is. That's where the Trader Joe's is, the World Market. There's a PetSmart. There's an Ulta.
Got everything you need.
Isn't there a Burlington there, too?
Yes, Burlington.
It's a nightmare.
You said Micro
There's
Center?
a golf.
Micro Center. There's a Dobbs at the end of the parking lot.
It really does have everything you could possibly need. Like when I lived in Maplewood, that was my Target. That was my whole Trader Joe's, all that.
But you knew that once, if you're going to run the gauntlet, I mean, you're in for it.
Right.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, you learned in the lyric from Christmas in St. Louis, because it even made it into that song.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you need to feel, if you miss the big city life, you just go to that Trader Joe's and you feel like you're back.
Back in the city,
giant
huh?
city. You're like, yeah, I'm not in a small town anymore, baby.
It's been sold. I guess it was on the market for a while. Sold for a whopping $71.6 million this week. The buyer was this Haverford Retail Partners, which is a real estate firm that specializes in investing in busy, essential shopping centers all over the country. And this property was a hot ticket, guys, thanks in large part to all the traffic. I mean, the nightmare that it is, that's what made it so appealing.
Hell yeah.
If you've ever circled that lot looking for a spot, believe it or not, investors see that parking headache as, man, I want this place.
Is there a parking garage at all?
No, I don't think so.
Like off to the side or anything? That's surprising.
I love that they don't even care.
Right.
Like, they've not even tried.
If you pull in at I don't remember where it's at. I think it's like the Chick-fil-A or something there. There's like a spot where there is no three-way stop. It's just like if you get caught there and you need to turn, your life's over.
There's like cars abandoned with like bones.
Yeah. There's a skeleton in that car.
With just bones in the car.
You live at the Promenade now.
This is my home.
It's like where
I
you
start
can go to
receiving mail
Micro
here.
Target or Micro.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You pull in and there's like a spot, and I'm like, who designed this? Because it's just everyone coming off Eager Road, and it's constant. And there's just a spot where you're like trying to pull out of the Promenade, and you just have to wait for three different flows of traffic that have no stop signs. And you have the stop sign, and you're just sitting there.
And again, what's great about that spot is that's been a problematic area for cars, parking, traffic for years.
Yeah, they do nothing.
And they do nothing. Like, it's almost on purpose.
Yeah.
We're doing nothing to help alleviate any of the headache that's here.
You know what
Zero. We're going to do
else?
zero.
I think they like it that way.
It's also the affluent meet the frugal, because you're right on the edge of like Clayton and Brentwood and, you know, the upper scale class of Richmond Heights and Maplewood. But then you have like the renters, you know, that are just trying to make ends meet. And they also, so you have rich and, you know, more medium and possibly lower income people colliding into
you
one
got
chaos.
you could get there from South City easily through back roads.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you have a really good cross-section of society.
Yeah, it's an
And-
interesting center point.
You want to park in the very middle of that parking lot, because for me, whenever I would go, you know, I would be wanting to hit up Target first, put those bags in the trunk, then go to Trader Joe's, maybe stop at PetSmart or whatever.
Or World Market's right there.
Yeah. Oh, freaking World Market, the best. Dude, it really does have everything. It should be called like the Lern Promenade,
Yeah, you can
because
go buy a $5 pillow for $80.
everything
it would
that
be
I
the
love is there.
promenade at the Lern.
That's right. The Promenade at the Lern. I mean, it really is Mecca.
So again, this company that buys up these kind of properties all across the country bought it for $71.6 million.
Did you say $1 billion?
Million.
Okay.
Darn it.
Million.
I thought you said billion too, and I was
I
like,
was like,
No,
that doesn't
million.
make any sense.
I don't know if I said billion or million.
I'm
It's
going to
million.
sell my parking lot if that's the case.
71 million seems a bit overvalued, but
So what's next? For now, the owner said nothing.
Yay!
Business as usual.
No
What
changes.
if they
No
do-
changes.
What if they take that entire parking lot and in the very center of it, they make like a spiral parking garage where you can park, where they can add even more chaos to everything, more pandemonium.
Just a tower.
Yeah.
A leaning tower of parking.
They said
Yeah.
shoppers can expect the Brentwood Promenade to stay just the way it is. Busy parking lot and nightmare and all. Everything. No changes.
Wasn't
Nothing.
there a guy last year that the police found was like laying under women's cars and like touching their feet? Do you remember that?
At the promenade.
Yeah,
in
the
Brentwood?
promenade at
Yeah,
Brentwood.
it was outside of, God, right by Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
What's that store to the left? Is it Ulta?
Yeah, there's
I
like
think
an
you're
Ulta.
right, yeah.
There's
It was like ladies coming out of an Ulta, and he was asking to see their feet or something.
Oh, yeah.
Under
Yeah,
their
yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
remember this.
Was that there?
I do remember.
It was.
Yes, it was.
And that's now what I think about
Oh, yeah.
when I
Coming out of
that
Trader
place.
Joe's.
No, he's
Coming
like
out
popping up out of the tailgate
Yeah,
of his truck.
popping out of places. Yeah.
Peekaboo.
He
Lovely
was the
woman.
Let me see your feet.
Brentwood
Lovely
Promenade
woman. Can I see your
troll,
feet?
the feet troll. What's up with that
Honestly,
guy? Is he
dude,
still in jail?
I'll be honest with you. If you get out there in a traffic vest and a cone and the penance to get out of that parking lot was to show him your feet, that guy would bank.
Absolutely, he would.
I'd have my feet out the window, dude. Just be like, just let me through, man. Just walk me to Eager Road.
They've got those apps out there that will like show you, and I don't know how this does it in real time, but it shows you where the parking is, where open spots are.
for the
Does that work there?
promenade.
I don't know. No, I'm saying like I've seen them before in other like certain municipalities. They'll do it. I think downtown St. Charles does it. A couple.
Yeah, but
I don't know how that works. In real
I
time.
don't think it'd work in a place like this because people are leaving and coming so much. Like you go to Target for a couple minutes, where like Street to St. Charles, you're not Street to St. Charles, but like Main
Downtown
Street,
St. Charles. Yeah.
Main Street. You're there for a while.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. That's why I'm kind of curious. I mean, we know everything else real time. Shouldn't we have parking in real time?
Listen, congratulations to this company. They bought themselves a nightmare. Problem is,
But a happy,
a nightmare
successful
for nightmare for us. They don't care. All right, today is June the 20th. Back in the day, 243 years ago, 1782, the Great Seal of the United States was adopted by Congress. It depicts. Do you know what the Great Seal is? What's in the picture?
singer?
That's the eagle with the arrows and the olive branch,
Right.
And
Not the singer, Scott.
something else about the eagle.
It depicts an eagle clutching an olive branch in one talon, 13 arrows in the other. In its beak, a ribbon bears the motto "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many one. Ben Franklin thought the turkey would be a more appropriate national symbol.
I agree.
He wrote to his daughter from France, "The turkey, in comparison, is a much more respectable bird."
I think now we're at our turkey phase. I feel like, I
Is
love
the turkey up there now?
I think an eagle is magnificent, and anytime you see a bald eagle, you're like, whoa,
Whoa!
But also, like, I still get the same level of excitement when I see like a turkey vulture or a turkey just willy nilly on the side of like 109. Get excited.
Okay, well, write your congressman.
I will.
78 years ago, 1947, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, the mobster, shot to death at his girlfriend's Beverly Hills mansion. The mob was angry over the insane amount of money he was spending on the Flamingo Resort in Vegas. 50 years ago, 1975, Steven Spielberg started the whole summer blockbuster phenomenon with the release of Jaws. At the time, it was the highest-grossing film in movie history, earning $260 million in the U.S. Star Wars came out 2 years later and made $307 million in the U.S. 45 years ago, 1980, The Blues Brothers was released. 39 years ago, 1986, The Karate Kid 2, Part 2 was released. 28 years ago, 1997, Batman and Robin was released. Which one was that? Batman and Robin.
That was
Goody two.
Chris O'Donnell.
1997.
That was Chris O'Donnell and George Clooney.
Yes.
Didn't
And
Chris
Alicia
or,
Silverstone.
didn't Chris or somebody say that ruined Chris's career?
He does TV.
Did he have a career before that?
I feel like he was about
He was
to be.
coming
He was
Chris
about-
O'Donnell?
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell was about to be like the
Big.
guy.
Did his
The
brother
guy.
get more famous than him?
Who's his
Matthew
brother?
Matthew O'Donnell or something?
Well, I've never heard that name in my life.
Neither have I.
Hang on, let me. I might be lying to everybody right now. I don't
Are you
know.
thinking Jerry O'Connell?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Are you
probably
really?
famous.
Maybe you're thinking
Wait.
Neil O'Donnell, the former Steelers quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't Jerry O'Connell have a younger brother?
I have no idea.
No, I don't know.
Chris-
I don't like
his
these
name?
Irish
he
dudes.
does.
Matthew
all right?
O'Connell?
He does have But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Leonardo.
I don't know who you're thinking
I
of.
think Chris O'Donnell was like set to be the guy. Like he was going to be Hollywood's guy. And that movie was such a flop that people were like, we'll let him sit on the
Well, now
bench
he's in
for a while.
NCIS Los Angeles, and he's done pretty well for himself.
Chris O'Donnell does have a brother named John O'Donnell that none of us know. So he
He's
does
an
have a bro.
accountant in Wichita.
Batman and Robin came out 28 years ago today. George Clooney is Batman. Chris O'Donnell is Robin. That's the one with Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Ah, yes. Hey, thank God for this movie, because we would not have a roller coaster in St. Louis had it not been for that movie. Right? If Mr. Freeze would have never existed, nor would our cool roller coaster.
Most
There we
likely
go.
it would have just been called something else.
Well, that's maybe true.
Because when it first came out, wasn't it the Superman?
No.
No, the Superman was the
Yeah, the one that goes straight up
the
and
one
down.
that goes straight up and down.
But I thought there was a different name. Shoot, what am I remembering?
No, it's been the Mr. Freeze since the beginning.
Since the gig came out.
14 years ago in 2011, Ryan Dunn, Jackass star, was killed after he got drunk and drove his 2007 Porsche 911 130 miles an hour and crashed. He was 34. He also killed his passenger. And 7 years ago today in 2018, the first season of Yellowstone premiered. And that's what happened back in the day. That show's been around for 7 years, Yellowstone.
It's over now.
Dang.
That's crazy, man. Time isn't real.
I know.
Strange.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. Don't expect to see Metallica go on a farewell tour anytime soon, because Kirk Hammett was just interviewed by Metal Hammer. He says, I don't believe in retirement. Retirement is something that's been forced onto people. I don't believe musicians are allowed to retire. And my question that I want to propose to all of you is, should bands retire? Like, I feel like every time a retirement tour gets announced, it's like, oh yeah, like the whole Kiss joke. You know, or should bands just do what the Rolling Stones are doing and just until you're
I
dead?
think if people are still buying tickets, knock yourself out.
But then we have David Lee Roth coming to town, and I see tons of criticism about him and being like, this is going to be terrible. He should have just hung it up. Like there's a split down the middle, I think, for if people
I'm
should
still
retire or not.
disappointed that show's not sold out.
I
and I
agree.
want to say, how dare you, St. Louis?
I agree.
How dare you?
This is no way to treat
This is-
Diamond Dave.
How dare you? How dare you?
David Lee Roth's coming to town.
That's right.
And this is not sold out. It should have sold out the second it went on sale.
Everyone
Exactly.
is so surprised.
Are you going with us?
No, probably not. Isn't there something else going
To
on?
David Lee
tonight?
Roth?
Yeah, there's something else going on tonight. What's
No,
the,
you're thinking Aerosmith.
That's the 23rd. That's 2 days before on that
what's
Saturday.
the date?
Aerosmith is the day that Linkin Park's in
It's
town.
August 23rd.
Is
David
what?
Lee Roth is August 25th. Aerosmith and Linkin Park is the 23rd of August.
Yeah, yeah.
David Lee Roth is August 25th.
Yeah, I'll go.
You lie. You
No,
lie, sir.
I mean, I don't want to go, but I will go. I'll go with y'all.
We're going to do karate.
Yeah,
We're
it
doing
sound- it's-
karate
it
with
sounds
David
like
Lee
an
Roth.
adventure.
We're going to the
I'm
dojo.
curious. I'm not going to see the end of it though. Can I?
No.
This is our
We're
one.
staying to the end.
Just
I
like the
think we're
Chili
gonna
Peppers.
Take the next day off,
No, you're
possibly.
not.
We are taking.
If we're
please
taking
take
the next day off, I'll do whatever you wish.
Amazing.
I'll come.
What day of the week is
I'll
it?
go
That's a
get
Monday, and then we
waters
will
for
take
us all.
Tuesday off. That's fine. What? No, don't be looking at the calendar
You might
and
find me
second
down
guessing.
down the road at the hub, watching the movie.
As a show,
No,
we
no.
want to bond at
If
shows.
we're going together.
Okay, yes, I will come.
And we're
I will come
staying
your way.
together.
I will come your way, and I will bond with you.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit back there and I'm going to wait for you all to be like, man, this isn't what I thought.
I
it
bet
was
you it's going to be
be
exactly what I think it's going to be.
This isn't what I thought it
Rafe's
was.
wearing
I bet you it's going to be exactly what I think it's going to
He's
be.
wearing a gi.
Okay?
I'm curious. I mean, I feel like, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be what it's going to be. Okay?
Get your tickets
Get
now.
your tickets now. David Lee Roth.
FactorySTL.com.
The
At
going to
the
be what
factory.
it's going to be tour. Coming
And it's
to
going to
St.
be my
Louis.
first show at the factory.
Oh, for
This
real?
is perfect.
Mine too.
Factory's awesome, dude.
Yeah, Scott.
Yep.
Factory Virgins.
And we may be introing him. I don't know. We're going to have some cool stuff happen. I can't wait.
I may wear a gi.
Okay. Are you going to wear cool pants? Are you going to wear a gi top with the David Lee Roth pants?
I don't know.
What are the David Lee Roth pants? The new ones that look like cheap plastic that showed his wiener?
Dude, it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, remember the latest video of him with his pants?
He's got like Aladdin pants on.
Yeah, they were very weird.
No, they were very tight. I thought they were very tight.
I'm gonna dress up like a 1979 Van Halen groupie. You know what I
Heck
mean?
yeah.
78.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like he would be upset with that. I remember I got my Van Halen jean jacket.
Yes.
That's all painted like
Yes,
Eddie's
you should-
guitar.
I don't listen. I don't.
Well, what
think-
if I show up in that and he's all pissy about it because
No.
it's Eddie?
I have
excited.
1978 David Lee Roth vintage Van Halen spandex rock pants,
Yes.
a gi, and I already ordered a wooden katana off of Amazon for him to sign.
Are they going to let you in the factory with that?
He's bringing his ladder. It'll be fine.
Good luck keeping me out. You better beef up security.
That's right, Eric Green. You hear that? You hear that, Eric Green?
Did you not hear the wiffle ball story I told earlier?
The factory.
I
was
don't.
awesome.
Listen. I don't think that bands should retire when they want to retire.
I do too. I feel like if these
People are
people,
buying tickets.
These
This doesn't
people.
matter.
you go see these people that you want to see. Like, I mean, are there bands out there that are old that you still need to see? Like, do you have a bucket list band?
Yeah, and you know what? Some are worth seeing, and some are not.
Now,
Some
unless
bands, when they get older, it's just cash grab stuff, and it's whatever, and it ain't worth it. But some you're like, dude, these guys are still rocking. They're still putting on a great show. I mean, Stones, I'm not even a Stones fan, but every time I see live footage, I'm like, damn,
this sounds
dude,
great.
keep
Well,
going.
Okay, as long as everybody's of sound mind. Like, for example, Frankie Valli, old school singer, I think is in his 90s and should not be on stage anymore.
Well, he's just
Okay.
lip
I
syncing.
saw a video of him on stage, and he does not look great.
Yeah.
He's lip
like, he's-
syncing. That's a cash grab, so you can say you were in the same room as Frankie Valli.
But I don't think he even wants to be there. It
Oh,
looks
that-
like
then that
he's like
sucks.
in his 90s, probably has somebody like, all right,
Get out
Frankie,
there.
Get out there.
But he's
Right.
got his reasons, and he's there, so good for him. And whatever.
Well, Metallica is not going to retire, according to Kirk Hammett.
Dude,
I feel they
Metallica-
will. I feel
Metallica-
like they will be a band that will tour.
Metallica is
forever.
the new Kiss. Metallica will. I mean, they're going to lose members and still be going.
Right. It's crazy to think that Kirk Hammett is 62, by the way. Like, isn't that strange? Some bands just live in your mind when you first got into them and they kind of never age.
Yeah.
And then you look at them and you're like, oh, they're actually human beings and they've gotten older.
Well, that was always a band I thought, whenever I was a kid, I thought they were super old.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's what I mean.
And I'm like,
They've been around since the early
yeah,
80s.
they've never seemed young to me. They've always seemed
Right.
like old people band.
but it's crazy to see 62 years old.
Yeah.
Korn are going a bit old school in the making of their next album. Monkey says to BBC, we're doing it all on tape. We're all in the room sweating it out. The tape is rolling. The guys give us a thumbs up from a window. We start playing, and all of us are locked in. And if we don't get it right, we rewind the tape and we do it all again. I mean, this isn't a new story. A lot of bands have done this, but I like this. I mean, what do you think? Why do bands do this? I mean, why do they go to tape? What is the interest in going back to this more analog way
Can I,
of recording?
before you answer it, let me give you an answer.
Okay. Rizz.
So I'm going to give you an answer, and then maybe Moon, with the musician, will give him more insight. This is what I think. It's marketing. It's
100%.
It's like, oh, somebody like
Foo Fighters did this.
no, you know what it is? It's like,
Foo Fighters is a marketing machine.
oh wow, they're going back to tape. That means an old school sound again. Wow, how cool! I'm going to buy the record to see what it sounds like.
Yeah, something to talk about, something to drum up interest. I'll be the first to tell you. We did our second record in the studio in Chicago. We wanted to we had a producer that was kind of old school, and he's like, dude, let's do drums, at least the drums on tape. Get that analog fuzzy sound and whatever. And we did it. Colossal waste of time.
Oh, no.
Colossal waste of money. It's all getting dumped in Pro Tools. It's going to be mixed in a way where it still sounds modern anyway, because they're going to want to pump a single to the point and everywhere else. So they're not going for a sound from 1991. They're going for a marketing perspective from 1991. And you know what? It's probably smart. It's good for them, and it's probably a fun experience for them. And they got the money to throw at it.
Yeah, it's a marketing thing, and they use modern technology anyway when all is said and done. And for the three people that actually give a crap,
I can almost assure you will hear nothing that's actually just true tape when this is all done.
nobody really cares about it. There may be a handful of people give a crap that they're going to tape.
And good for them. I love that band has done what they've done, and they've reinvented themselves in multiple ways. They're still touring. They're all good guys from what I know. Good for them. I hope this works. I hope it kicks ass. But if you're going to ask me what the point is nowadays
There's
to
no
do
point.
tape, it's all
marketing.
Oh, of course.
Ford Motors is contributing $150,000 towards the completion of a statue honoring Tina Turner in her hometown of Brownsville, Tennessee. So we claim Tina Turner here. She moved to St. Louis when she was 16 years
We
old.
love to claim if somebody steps foot in this town, we're like, oh, they're from St. Louis.
Well, and she definitely started her career here with Ike
Sure,
Turner.
yes.
So Tina Turner, as a national musician and well-known person, her fame did start in St. Louis, but she is not originally from here.
No, she's not.
I'll be playing on her piano this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm producing a record, and the studio has the Ike and Tina Turner piano.
That's sweet. I love Tina Turner. Whenever the St. Louis Sounds exhibit was at the Missouri History Museum a couple years ago, they had one of her French iconic dresses, and it was just so cool to just be like, oh my God, her little body was just in there. I love Tina Turner.
I take away. Okay, so Chuck Berry has his own statue on Del Mar. Take away the statues in front of Busch Stadium and in front of Enterprise Center with the hockey players and the baseball players. What local celebrity needs a statue in our town?
It's John Hewlett. And I've been trying to do this for years. I've been trying to get John into the Radio Hall of Fame. I've been trying to get Casey into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I've been trying to get John a damn bronze statue outside of Busch Stadium, which I know you're saying take that away. But
Okay, no. I love John, and John's been the PA guy for the Cardinals for
almost 40 years.
almost 40 years. And don't they usually give those statues upon somebody's passing?
I don't know.
Are you trying to kill John?
I'm not trying to kill him,
That's
but
not
I will
nice.
say I want him to get it before he's dead, because I don't think people realize when you walk into Busch Stadium, John's velvety voice is the voice of the Cardinals. Like when you walk in and you hear him announcing, it is, my whole life I've heard that voice. And it's like, it's not Busch Stadium and the St. Louis Cardinals without John Hewlett doing the PA announcing.
Okay, yes, I would donate to that statue because I
Cool.
love John, and
Let's bronze him up.
Put him next to the Jack Bucks
Yes, 100%.
statue. out
Just a
there.
bust of his head. We don't need
Sure,
to do
we
the whole
don't
body.
need his, we don't need his whole body. Okay, I've thought about this.
Okay.
And if we are to erect a statue in St. Louis of somebody, I think the next statue should be John Hamm. Listen to me. John Hamm.
Different John.
John Hamm dressed as Don Draper from Mad Men, but instead of a cigarette, he's holding a toaster ravioli and a Budweiser.
Fine.
I like it.
Is it a full body?
Full body.
Okay, well then.
Full body, John Hamm.
Can we actually?
Michelangelo.
Can we maybe have the John Hamm from Fargo with the pierced nipples?
Yes. I think you
being
should incorporate
serious.
everything. The big package, the
being
pierced
serious.
nipples, the toasted wrap.
Instead of the Don Draper with the cigarette, he's got a toaster ravioli and a Budweiser.
It's got to be over
do
at
you
John
think
Hughes or not
These
John
statues,
Hughes.
should it be
John Burroughs.
what would be cool is something at Limburg. I mean, at the airport.
Yeah.
Lambert. If we
We're
had that
looking to do
at
things.
Lambert, it'd be so rad to have sections where you show off the coolest people
Our
from our
peoples?
town. Yeah.
Who should have a statue?
I'm fine with the John Hamm one at
Yeah.
John Burroughs. 'Cause that's where he taught, right?
Maya Angelou as well.
Michael McDonald.
Ooh, good.
Michael McDonald, yes.
Maybe
In
Michael,
Ferguson.
maybe Michael McDonald at the airport. And just the thing says, Yum, I'll be there.
And I want there to be a button that you press.
Yama be here.
Yum, I'll be here.
I'm gonna be here.
Like
Welcome
as
to
soon as
St.
you
Louis.
get
Yama
as soon as
be
you get
here.
out of like Terminal 1, there's the Michael McDonald statue.
Yeah.
And with just the inscription at
I think
the
it should be
bottom.
by those red rocking chairs in the. It's like Yamo sit here. You know, where
Yamo
they have the red
be
rocking
here.
chairs where you're just staring at an overpass. Where I'm like, that was great
You
place.
put it in baggage claim. Yama wait here for
Yama
45 minutes at
wait.
If I
least.
hear Yamo be here one more time, I'm going to Yamo burn this.
There we
place
go.
to the
See,
ground.
there's something to
Yum,
be
I'll
said.
be here.
Yamo gonna have to wait for somebody to unlock the oversized carrier because that's what we got to do here.
Everybody's saying John Goodman. All the Johns get a statue.
Goodman before Ham. I love Ham, but come on now. Goodman has.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Goodman,
Ham's done a good job promoting us
Goodman,
worldwide.
Yeah, you're right.
Goodman doesn't really promote us anymore. He lives in New Orleans.
Oh, and Michael
I believe.
McDonald does.
I didn't say it.
He lives in Trent Reznor's old house in New Orleans. I've
John
walked
Goodman?
by it. Yeah,
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
John Hamm is our number one
Yeah, he's an advocate.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
is.
still comes home.
Yeah, because Kansas City, their A-listers seem to still really promote their town, and then ours, once they become A-listers, like,
They're
where
outta
was it
here.
from?
Andy Cohen also.
Andy Cohen is a very big cheerleader too.
He's a big cheerleader, and he's a cultural icon for the gay community as well as for just like celebs. You know, everybody loves going on his show, and yeah, Andy Cohen deserves it.
You know, I feel like if the airport ever went private, they would lean into that kind of stuff. They would do some promotional things like that. Like, look who's from St. Louis. Like, you're welcome. You know, we got a lot of A-listers.
we
and
have a
all this
lot
kind
of people
stuff.
from here.
Yeah,
We do.
I think so. Do we have a Lindbergh statue, speaking of the airport?
The plane is at the Missouri History
Plane
Museum.
is, well,
Yeah, but
don't they have the
this
plane
bronze
hanging?
statue of
It used to
the
be.
guy himself.
Yeah.
Used to be over by
Anyway,
Seagates.
But I think Mayor Marty Little definitely needs a statue.
Oh, Mayor Marty?
From
The greatest mayor
Overland?
in the world.
Give him his own
This
statue. in
happens to be in
Overland.
Overland.
Speaking of Andy Cohen, Watch What Happens Live will continue on Bravo for at least 2 new seasons. The late night talk show was renewed as Cohen signed a 3-year deal extension with NBC Universal. So congratulations to Andy Cohen. Jeff Ross was diagnosed with colon cancer and needed surgery last year. He says, my oncologist was like, Jeff, the good news and the bad news. The bad news is you're going to need 6 months of chemo. The good news is you lost most of your hair a long time ago. So he did that. Now he says he has a semicolon instead of a full colon.
That's awesome.
A little cancer humor, huh?
Little cancer
From the
humor.
oncologist.
I like it.
Nice.
It's very good.
Cut the tension.
But he was on Kimmel, and I guess he's doing good. So love that for
Good.
Jeff Ross. The final season of Cobra Kai was pretty satisfying, allegedly. But there's one thing that left fans wanting, and that was the lack of cameo from Hilary Swank. Now, you guys probably didn't watch The Next Karate Kid
I
that
did.
came out in
I saw it.
1994.
That movie was awesome.
saw
It was so awesome. And as a girl, I mean, I loved the original Karate Kid, no problem. But like to see Hilary Swank be such a badass with that hawk and Mr. Miyagi was the coolest. You know, she beat up those bullies and the bad guy that was like running the football team. She said that she wasn't interested in being in Cobra Kai. So she was asked to be part of it. He says, we did reach out in the very early days before the season to see if there was a path for her to appear. And on her end, it was very respectful, but we never got that opportunity to really sit down
Why would
and
she
pour
say
our heart
no?
out.
Because they're like, yo, we want you to do this. It's going to be about 3 weeks of shooting, and we're going to give you $5,000.
She don't need money.
She said she was just in a
The
place where she
nostalgia.
wasn't looking to do it.
It's not about needing money. It's about like at least being offered what your value is. And if somebody's like, hey, I want you to work for a month on this thing that's going
the
to
fans
help
what
us
they
make a
want.
ton of money and I'll pay you $5,000, she's going
Give
to
the
say no.
fans what they want, Hillary.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I loved her. Julie Pierce was her name in The Next Karate Kid.
She's still married to Chad Lowe,
Oh, is she?
Rob Lowe's?
Rob Lowe's brother.
That's cool.
Son.
No.
Yeah, no.
Is that his
No,
brother?
that's his
Chad
brother.
Lowe's Rob Lowe's
I thought that
brother.
was his son.
Although
Chad
Rob
Lowe's
Lowe's
brother
son
was
looks
famous.
just like him.
His son, yeah, Rob Lowe's son looks
Crazy.
just like him.
Yeah.
Chad Lowe.
Chad Lowe, yeah, that's Rob Lowe's brother.
What a name.
Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Your sister
I never
Sweet.
knew that. This blonde kid?
Yeah.
That was
Like
Rob
If
Lowe's
Rob
brother?
Lowe and Ryan Gosling had a man child, it would be Chad Lowe.
Get
Yeah,
out
now,
of here.
Side by side picture, you don't see it?
This cat won an Emmy for Life Goes On?
He's
He
cute.
did?
So,
I didn't know he won an Emmy.
So it says.
I remember when
Stand in the statue.
in Life Goes On, Corky burned the restaurant down.
Whoops. Guys, moving into movie news. Out in theaters this weekend is Bride Hard. This is a rated R comedy starring Rebel Wilson. Pixar's Elio has Zoe Saldana. 28.
That Bride Hard movie looks terrible.
I haven't watched the
I wanna-
trailer for it, but
looks awful.
I
Let's
love
see what
Rebel
the Rotten
Wilson.
Tomatoes-
Also, 28 Years Later is out. So this is a sequel to 2002's 28 Days Later. What does it
Bride
say?
Hard, Rotten Tomatoes. Here we go.
Ooh, 70%.
Okay, let me see here. Is it even listed on here?
Oh, no.
Okay, movies and theaters. Here we go.
Okay.
Elio's getting 86%. That looks good.
Very good.
28 Years Later, 92%.
Great.
How to Train Your Dragon, 77%.
Okay.
I don't even see Bride Hard on here.
Well, we'll assume it's great. We'll assume 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't even. Is that's a bad sign?
Yeah, that's not good. We talked about the guy who accidentally tossed his hard drive holding 8,000 Bitcoins into that landfill in Wales.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember, and he was offering them X amount of million, or like a percentage to
Right.
help him clear it and find it.
Because his Bitcoin was worth $740 million. And so 12 years ago, his name was James Howell. He tossed out his hard drive, obviously worth a ton. It's in a landfill, and he's been on a quest to recover it. Now, despite his determination, the authorities there have slowed him down because of all the environmental concerns and slammed him with all sorts of red
Right.
tape. Now the search is officially over. His story is being turned into a documentary, so be on the lookout. We'll probably be
I
all
watched
over
that.
this. It's called The Buried Bitcoin, The Real-Life Treasure Hunt of James Howells, and that will be in completion at the end of this year, so sometime probably hitting streaming next year. But I'm interested to see how far they
So
went.
there's that coming out, and there's also the Balloon Boy documentary.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, boy.
Falcon?
Falcon Heaney. I found Bride Hard. You have to look it up.
Okay, yeah.
To find the Rotten Tomatoes. Would anybody like to fashion a guess
Ooh.
as to what the Rotten Tomatoes on the new Rebel Wilson Anna Klumsky movie in theaters this weekend.
Veda.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm going to go 70%. I'm going to be optimistic.
Oh, I've never heard of this. I say 29%.
42.
42.
That's a really good. I was going to go that route. And when you said how much, Moon?
I say 29. I feel like it's
I'll
harder
go
to
in
get in the
middle of
40s
that,
and
then. I'll say
50s.
37.
Well, congratulations to Mr. Moon. 27%.
Oh, boy.
Go see it this weekend.
Yeah.
Be good.
Sometimes actors show up to a movie set and they do their work and they get paid, and then they don't even appear in the movie because they get cut out. And this is an interesting list of actors who were in well-known movies that did not make the cut. So, for instance, Angela Bassett was supposed to be in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She was supposed to play Brad Pitt's character, his boss. And if you remember in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Brad Pitt's bosses are these like little old people that, in his... You
I
remember
only
that
saw
movie?
that movie once.
Oh, really? Anyway, she was supposed to be Brad Pitt's boss. She didn't make the cut. St. Louis's own Sterling K. Brown, he was supposed to be in Split. He was supposed to play Dr. Fletcher's neighbor, Professor Shaw, in the film, but then that got cut out. Kevin Costner was supposed to be in The Big Chill. He played a character who died by suicide and was in various flashback scenes, but that didn't make the cut. Harrison Ford was supposed to be in E.T.
As who?
That's E.T.
He was the extraterrestrial. No, he was expected to earn that film credit by booking a cameo gig as the principal for Elliot's school.
Oh, wow.
Which would have been cool. James Gandolfini, he was supposed to be in Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close.
Okay.
But he got cut out. Paul Rudd was going to be in Bridesmaids, and Kristen Wiig talked about how, as they were cutting things, that was the hardest thing to cut because it was so good. He played like a real jerk that Kristen Wiig's character goes out with, which John Hamm ended up being the main focus of that. Tim Roth was supposed to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he was part of the gang.
Yeah, he's in a lot of
Tarantino movies.
Tarantino movies.
Right. Could have been like Reservoir
Who?
Dogs.
Eli Roth?
No,
Tim
Tim
Roth.
Roth.
Who's Tim Roth?
He plays, what's his color in Reservoir Dogs? Mr.
He's got
Whatever
the
it is.
I've never seen
He was the undercover cop
I've never seen
in Reservoir Dogs, and he was Honey Bunny's guy in,
Right. Pulp
in Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
And finally,
The one who robbed the diner in Pulp Fiction.
the little-
that guy.
yeah.
Oh, I know your face, but have you ever done anything as a lead?
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's
he's
in
in a
a
lot of
ton of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, have you ever seen him as a lead? Ever.
I don't think so.
No, but he's in a lot of things, though.
He's a good side character.
Yeah.
And with it being the first day of summer today at 9:42 p.m., maybe you're going to go to the ocean and maybe you're going to think about sharks eating you. And there's a list. USA Today compiled a list of the best movies with sharks. Obviously, Jaws is number one, so I'll give you that from 1975. But what are some other shark movies that stand out in your mind? I'm going to see if they make this top 10 list.
Shark movies.
What's the one with LL Cool J? Speaking of, I mentioned
Meg?
him earlier.
No, that's Jason Statham. But
Is that on there?
That's
Although
on here
I've seen
twice.
Those. I've
That's
seen
not
Deep Blue. Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue
That's
Sea.
got to be it.
Deep Blue Sea is number 2. Yes, from
Okay.
1999.
Is that the one that pops out and eats Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh, maybe.
It's a terrible
Thomas-
CGI.
On the
Thomas
rock or
Jane.
something?
Yes.
Was that?
No,
Okay.
they're in like a science.
No. Wait. Samuel L. Jackson is the one with Gina Davis.
No.
No?
You're thinking Long Kiss Goodnight, totally different movie. You're right. This is Samuel Jackson giving a big speech, getting eaten by the shark.
Yes.
No one expected him to die. It was like a big deal in the movie. LL Cool J was proud that he was a black guy that survived a horror movie. I've seen several interviews about it.
You know a lot about this.
This is
Deep Blue
the
Sea.
movie.
And that's number 2. The Meg is on this list twice. The
Yeah.
Meg with Jason Statham from 2018 at number 7, and its sequel, The Trench with Jason Statham at number 9.
Which is the movie where the two
Deep water.
they would get stranded out? in the-
Open Water.
Open water.
Open water.
Freaks me out, dude, where they were on the scuba trip and the
Yeah.
boat leaves. Oh, my God. 2003, that's number 5.
The Beach.
The Beach is not on here, but that's a good one, too, an honorable mention when
How about-
Leonardo DiCaprio kills the shark.
Do we already say the NATO?
No, that's Sharknado was never on the movies. That was like a TV.
Straight to DVD.
Oh, okay.
What about
Those TV things.
I didn't know
Blue,
they didn't
Blue
count.
Lagoon with
Brooke Shields?
Brooke Shields? Yeah.
No, not
Shark's
on the
Tale.
list.
Don't you remember the boyfriend or brother or whatever? He's always like kind of going out there and diving for different stuff and kind of has a shark nemesis.
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't watched
Scared
that
me
in
as a
so long.
kid.
Yeah, Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, no. Deep Blue Sea 3 is number 10 on this list.
Deep Blue Sea 3?
Yes, there were no stars in it.
How
from
about
2020.
the 1996 film Flipper? where the dolphin, the scary scene where the dolphin almost gets killed.
No, but there is a movie on here at number 3 with Blake Lively from 2016 where she almost gets eaten. She gets stranded on a rock, I believe, in this movie called The Shallows.
Oh, God. Is that when they're on the dock, her and another girl?
No, it is another girl. I don't know. I've never watched it.
So dumb.
But the other movies that you're not going to get, so Jaws 2 came in at number 8, The Reef at number 6, and then Under Paris, which came out last year. Never heard of that movie, at number 4. But these were your favorite shark movies for your summer.
Happy
and that
summer, everybody.
is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Rapper Sage the Gemini is 33. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, or Plasse.
That's
You guys know
McLovin.
That's McLovin in Superbad. He's also in Neighbors and the Kick-Ass movies. He's 36. Allison Porter, the voice winner and the little girl who played Curly Sue, is 44.
Aw.
Chuck Wicks, handsome country singer who was on Dancing with the Stars, and Julian Huff, he lost both. He's 46. Quentin Rampage Jackson, who we had on the show years ago, is 47. Robert Rodriguez is 57. Nicole Kidman is 58. Dan Tyminski.
Hey, that's the man.
That's
right.
right. That's the country singer who did the George Clooney singing voice of Man of Constant Sorrow that we mentioned yesterday from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He's 58.
And hey, brother.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's 58.
brother.
John Taylor, Duran Duran's bass player, is 65. Michael Anthony is 71. John Goodman is 73.
Whoa.
Lionel Richie is 76. Bob friggin' Vila is 79. Anne Murray, her 1970 song Snowbird, made her the first Canadian woman to have a track hit number 1 in the U.S. She's 80. And Brian Wilson would have been 83 today.
Well, what happened?
Oh, jeez. Too soon.
An acute case of too many birthdays.
Today's porno birthday, which being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Gigi Rivera. And today's birthday girl has been in 89 fine films, including Bachelorette Parties 5, Boffing the Babysitter 8, Bossy MILFs 3, Bus Stop Girls 2, Co-Eds Behaving Badly, It's Okay, She's My Stepdaughter 5, Tiny Slut, Big Ambitions, and who could forget her role in 2011's Gigi the Birthday Bitch. Gigi Rivera is 36 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with this week's Friday Fail Stories. All right, folks, time for your Friday Fail Story. All right, so all these people that thought they had the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, that perfect plan went completely sideways. And it became an Uber. An ultra, dare I say it, mega. Here we go.
Fail.
All right.
You sounded great, boss.
All right, Friday Fail Stories is sponsored by
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
So almost everyone has that one neighbor who can be a headache, but no one has a neighbor as crazy as this guy. So you got a 72-year-old guy in Florida, Samuel Thomas, arrested after calling 911 on his neighbors. He claimed somebody was shooting an AR-15 in the roadway. But when the cops showed up, they only saw a family barbecue happening at the residence with small children at play. Several other neighbors reported that no shooting had taken place. So the neighbor said that Samuel has called 911 on them hundreds of times and, quote, frequently stops in front of the residence to yell obscenities at her and her family. And he does seem to be a nuisance. According to police records, Samuel has made 3,400 calls to 911 this year alone.
Oh, no.
And 16,000 calls within the last 5 years.
Whoa.
Man.
Busy guy.
It's unclear what all that complaining was about, but 647 of the 3,400 calls this year were targeted at the neighbor having the barbecue. He's accused them of narcotic sales, firearms usage, disorderly conduct, and suspicious activity. It's unclear why police haven't cut him off from calling, if that's possible. Samuel was arrested for stalking and filing a false report. Also charged with resisting arrest for tussling with the officers when they tried to handcuff him. Police say there was no evidence of any mental health issues. He's just a 911 abuser.
Fail.
That's his thing.
Sam Tom.
I'm a loser, 911 abuser.
So Samuel's rap sheet includes, let me see here, multiple battery convictions, DUI, pot possession, disorderly intoxication, passing bad checks, violating probation, and failure to return rented merchandise, which is
That one is incredible.
the worst of them all.
What a rap sheet.
This one comes to us from Westminster, Colorado, where a fun night out at the Top Taco Festival ended in disaster, all because of a giant I Love Taco sign. You see, what happened was 3 women were hurt, one seriously, when the oversized sign toppled over as they lined up to snap a photo. A woman named Selena Tony took the worst of it, ending up with 11 staples in her head and a 4-inch gash.
Selena Tony, huh?
She also had 4 fractured vertebrae and a long road of physical therapy ahead.
Ma'am, how did you get so brutalized? A big taco sign.
Damn
I Love Taco
sign.
sign fell on her. And the aftermath was bad, too. According to the woman, chaos broke out after the accident. Instead of an ambulance being called right away, festival staff tried to move her with a golf cart despite having 4 fractured vertebrae. There's the sign.
My.
I love tacos.
So you know what? If somebody's got a neck and back injury, you're not supposed to move them.
Yeah.
So they just picked her up and put her in the golf cart.
Ooh.
Well, these people know tacos, Rizz. They don't know vertebrae.
Put her in the back of the
It's
guider.
not the I Love Vertebrae Festival. It's a damn taco
To
festival.
make matters worse, organizers scrambled to block onlookers and people taking pictures with black cloths, but seemed way less organized when it came to actual medical help. So organizers blamed a severe wind event and promised to review the safety protocols for next time. But for the guests, I guess this festival flop is a reminder. Sometimes the biggest fail isn't the accident, but what happens after. So
Man, she got messed up.
Failed.
A big wind event eating tacos.
yeah, right? Ironic. Okay, so this one is from Vaughan, Ontario, where a school bus driver made headlines because he was spotted with a Lolita's line sign displayed in the bus window while also dressed in what looked like a schoolgirl uniform. This is a dude. So parents at St. Michael the Archangel Catholic Elementary School were understandably alarmed.
Mary Catherine Gallagher.
And they confronted the driver, questioning his bizarre and inappropriate theme. So anybody not familiar, so Lolita is a notorious novel about a predatory relationship between an adult and a child. Definitely not what you want referenced on a school bus. And despite parents' concerns, the driver reportedly told him, "I don't think there's any problem here," before driving off. So the York Catholic School District Board acted fast, alerting the bus company, which promptly removed the driver from the route. The board said this will not happen again.
Oh, look at the picture, dude.
What?
Oh, no, that's not Mary
Gosh.
Catherine Gallagher at
What a
all.
freaking creep, man.
Wild.
Looks like Bigfoot,
He
so
looks
blurry.
like a character, like a side character of Rugrats or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You remember
Angelica.
the show Janae on HBO? It was like the British guy that dressed up like a schoolgirl. That's what that kind of looks like in a blurry photo.
Oh, wait,
Here-
is that the dude from Australia?
Yeah.
Chris something or other?
Yeah.
That
Here-
guy is hysterical, man.
You
You never seen that? He had a couple shows. That was like a spinoff of one of his characters. That's the F you Ben. That dude. Oh God.
Chris Wilde?
That don't sound familiar. Chris something. Shoot. Whatever those shows were, they were hysterical.
Well, here are a group of parents confronting the driver who was standing outside the bus door in a pink schoolgirl uniform with white stockings and platform shoes. Here's what that sounded like.
So you picked up the kids dressed like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Why do you call your bus the Lolita line? Why is it called the Lolita line?
Like when people are mentally sick, you can't talk to them. Let them drive.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Not good.
Not good.
Chris Lilly.
Chris
Lilly.
Lilly.
Because that was hanging over my head. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Chris Lilly.
This one comes to us from the Czech Republic. So police say a 22-year-old guy decided he could be a dentist after reading some instructions online. Seriously, this guy set up his own place at his house, recruited 2 family members, one as a nurse and one as a DIY prosthetics guy, started performing tooth extractions, root canals, even anesthesia, all with zero actual dental training, just YouTube and Google. And this amateur dental dream, we'll call it an actual dental dream team, treated dozens of unsuspecting patients, making a whopping $185,000 before the law caught up with them. The quote-unquote nurse provided medical supplies. She swiped from her job, and the quote-unquote dentist tackled everything from fillings to fake teeth. How did it end? The whole family arrested and now faces up to 8 years in prison for running an illegal clinic, money laundering, drug offenses, and more. All three have pleaded guilty.
Fail.
By the way, the Chris Lilly stuff that people need to check out is called Summer Heights High, and then that spawned Jonah from Tonga and Jamae, Private Schoolgirl. And you're right, that guy's photo looks just like Jamae, Private Schoolgirl.
It do.
An 84-year-old Long Island guy, Long Island, New York, his name is Earl Brommel, found himself in way more trouble than just a traffic stop after he tried to pull a fast one on the cops. So here's how it went down. So good old Earl got pulled over for a traffic violation. Instead of just handing over his license and registration like everybody else, he decided to flash a law enforcement badge and tell the troopers he was a retired FBI guy, hoping that would get him off the hook. It didn't. The trooper wasn't buying the story, did a little digging. Turns out Earl had never worked for the FBI or any law enforcement agency. So instead of a warning or just the original ticket, slapped with a felony charge for criminal impersonation and still got the traffic violation too.
Fail.
Do these people that are impersonating actual authority, like cops, they're making cops' jobs so much harder, right? Because like now I got to double check every time like an unmarked car is pulling me over. You know what I mean?
How many times has that happened?
I mean, not a lot, but it could. And it like you're already freaked out if a cop's pulling you over.
What do they say to do in that situation? If you're not sure, call 911.
Right.
And ask if the person pulling you over is legit.
It's just making things harder
I
for
know.
cops, and I just feel for everybody working in that division.
I know. Got a couple more for you. Let me see here. Ooh, this one is from Palm Coast, Florida, where one woman absolutely did not stick the landing on her attempt to outsmart the law. And it all started when deputies spotted a white Chevy pickup rolling down Citation Boulevard. That's right, there's a place called Citation Boulevard. With a license plate that just didn't match. Now, the driver, 34-year-old Jessica Reno, claimed her actual plate had, quote, blown off. And she just borrowed one from a friend, which she can't do. You can't just borrow somebody's license plate. Oh, hey, Bobby Jaycox
Hi,
is
Bobby.
here. Hey, hey, come sit down. I want you to hear this story. This is a great Friday Fail story. So, deputies pull over a pickup truck for a license plate that doesn't match. 34-year-old Jessica Reno claimed that her license plate had blown off. She borrowed this new one from a friend. Now, it turns out Jessica also driving on a suspended license with an expired registration. So off to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Center facility she went. And that's when things went from oops to uh-oh. During booking, deputies used an X-ray machine to discover a sock hidden inside Jessica.
What?
Inside Jessica.
That's where they're all going.
Inside the sock, 6 syringes and a small baggie containing 2 grams of fentanyl. So to recap, fake plate, fail. Suspended license, fail. Drugs up inside you, fail. Now she's facing a laundry list of charges, including possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia, introducing contraband into a detention facility, and more. And she's still currently cooling off in jail on an $11,000 bond. Up inside.
Fail.
Hey, Bobby, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Good. You guys don't even want to know what I have in my socks.
Yeah. You sent me a picture of you in socks and sandals, and I was really hoping you still had them on when you got up here.
Yeah, that's how I started my morning. I started in socks and sandals, so you know it's going pretty good.
The sandals that go through your toe, by the way. So he had his sock with his little thong sandal on his big toe.
Yeah,
and
like
I go,
Beverly Hills.
That ninja,
no,
ninja
that's
please
the
tell
Ninja
me you're
Turtle.
wearing that in the building right
I was like Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja. Yeah.
Those ninja feet?
Yeah,
Ugh, that makes me like, gives me the shivers.
I think it looks cute.
Well, Bobby, tonight you're at Helium, 2 shows. Is it 7 and 9:15?
7 and 9:15, 2 shows at Helium. Come out and see a show. There'll be 2 of them.
2 shows.
2 shows.
Stay for both shows.
Stay for both shows.
But
Stay
you
for
gotta
the
buy-
third one.
you gotta
There
buy
might
a
be one
ticket for
outside.
2, though.
You do have to buy a ticket for the second one, for sure.
What you can do is you can buy a ticket for the first, go outside, buy a ticket for the second, and stay for the second.
Yeah, you could do that. And then we'll even do like a late night show outside in the parking lot. We usually always do. So that'll be fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
This Friday fail comes from Ohio, where one driver learned the hard way that cicada season is not a joke. So it all started when a noisy cicada decided to make a surprise entrance, flying straight through the driver's side window. Startled by the unexpected insect invasion, the driver lost control of the car, veered off the road, crashed directly into a pole.
I saw this news story, man. I mean, destroyed. Destroyed. Lucky it didn't kill somebody.
Yeah, the real punchline here is the local police shared a photo of the aftermath on social media, joking that the suspect fled the scene. Get it? The cicada? They also warned everybody to keep their windows up for the next couple weeks because these bugs don't respect personal space.
I saw
Failed.
a really cute video of a little girl on a Grant's Farm style roller coaster, and she took her little cicada with her on it. And you know how they take photos of you when you're on the roller coaster of you like screaming. She had her little bug, and she was like screaming with the little cicada. It was so cute.
Yeah. Those
Right?
things, yeah, they are very scary.
They're
I guess-
terrifying.
Yeah.
Remember last year we were in the middle of it.
I know.
Yeah, super tasty.
Oh, so many in my backyard.
Last year we were in the middle of cicada season here.
Used to love finding the little husk shells on the tree.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever.
What was it, like 95 or whatever, when they had like all the cicadas met up for like the biggest
Yeah.
party? There was like, I feel like my school was covered in cicadas. I had a kid in my class that was a cicada. Yeah, it was. It was.
He was a
crazy.
cicada.
He was
John
a cicada. He was just in class like, do you know the answer? He's like, yeah.
And finally, I didn't know this recipe existed, and now I kind of want to try it, but let's make it at your house. A tequila-soaked turkey. A tequila-soaked turkey almost burned down an apartment building in Wisconsin the past Sunday.
Is this a thing?
The person cooking it had marinated a whole turkey in tequila. I guess it's a recipe you could find online with a quick Google search. And it had been in the oven for 8 minutes when they called 911 after the oven door blew open.
Tequila.
This is just one step away from that NyQuil turkey.
Yeah. Oh, NyQuil chicken.
NyQuil
gross.
chicken. Yeah.
That's when you soak your chicken in NyQuil.
Damn.
Tequila turkey.
Honestly, though, I've been sad enough that sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
So I
You
guess
Which
Stop
one?
it.
NyQuil
Just-
chicken?
Just pound some chicken that's going to
Just some night-night
put you
chicken.
into a
Yeah,
coma. You don't have to think about what you've done afterwards. You housed an entire Schnucks chicken, and it's just soaked in NyQuil, and you don't have to think about the bad thing you just did.
Yeah,
It's
well,
kinda nice.
with this tequila-soaked chicken, so firefighters showed up and used a thermal camera to check the oven, then opened the door and blue flames shot out. So there was so much booze in the bird that the vapors accumulated in the oven,
The vapors.
and they think they just weren't venting enough and became explosive when exposed to oxygen. They ended up removing the entire oven from the person's apartment. Thankfully, it didn't start a huge fire, so nobody was hurt. But
Failed.
tequila turkey, apparently it's a thing,
Flammable.
and highly flammable. And those are your Friday fail stories.
Thank you.
Rafe, you're up next
Okay.
with this week's In Memoriam.
Amen.
Bobby Jaycox is here.
Hello.
Roberto. Bobby's here. Bobby's at Helium tonight. Two
Bobby's-
shows. One night
Bobby's at
only.
Helium, one night only. So we'll do. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with the In Memoriam, and then we'll play a game, Bobby.
Oh, okay. I'm ready to.
Do you want to play a game, Bobby?
Oh,
Would you
every
like-
girl asks me if I want to play
Would you
games.
like to play a game? And my God, we got Puddle of Mud tickets to give away. Oh, I know. I know.
You know I like me some POM.
Puddle of Mud. That's right. We got them.
You have Wes Scantlin hair.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got you got Mudhead vibes.
Oh, yeah.
You got
I do
that.
kind
You're
of
a
look like,
mudhead
oh, wait,
too?
let me make it straight. Hold on.
There you go. Is Wes Scantlin here? Oh my goodness.
He's
Yeah.
a fellow
I can't
mudhead.
sing like him, but I
A
can make it straight.
puddlehead.
It's 8:30. It's Friday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a right lane blocked and a right hand shoulder blocked still due to a crash 70 eastbound just after 5th Street. Your point forecast, it's going to be mostly sunny. High of 93 today. Right now it's 76 at the Point Studio.
I bet it just ran out.
Not
I mean,
everybody.
it is, well, thank
Not everybody.
Scott
Sit
and
down
Moon are
with
here.
Fun. What happened? Where'd they all go?
The guy whose segment is
Your trusty
now,
sidekicks are here.
The guy whose segment is not here. Lern
And the guest.
left, and the guest. I don't know.
I hope they're having
Sorry,
a good
guys.
I hope
time.
they're having a great time. No,
Wherever they are.
Scott, don't you leave.
Okay, I'll say.
Maybe I'll send a text.
Don't send a text. Don't
No?
send a text.
You guys wanna do
I want to
radio?
see how long it's going to take for them to come back.
All right.
Knowing we're back on the air, Rafe's segment is now. So we'll just
Well, Vamp.
Well, now-
Vamp.
summer officially starts today. How about that?
Hey, man, it's
that?
exciting. I'm
It's,
thinking around 9 p.m., 8 p.m. something around there.
9:42 p.m. St.
Yeah.
Louis
Dang,
time.
how'd you know that?
And it's also the longest day of the year.
Yep, 25 hours.
So what? Hey, Scott, what's the plan to soak up that extra sunlight today? Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Hey guys.
I'm sorry.
Radio.
We had an
No problem.
We had an Americano experience that we had to do.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was getting Bobby drinks.
We had
I
a
always
Jaycox
get-
emergency.
Yeah.
We had a Bobby Jaycox Americano emergency.
I've never felt more important how you guys are talking about me. You're like, we had an Americano emergency.
No, just listen. I'm just vamping.
I always get beverages for
Thinking of
our
amps.
guests.
I was
and I
just,
just wanted to make sure he
stretching
was
it out a
hydrated.
little bit till till the crew came back. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're talking about just a recap, guys. Summer officially starts today.
Sweet. Also,
Also the longest day of the year. Bobby, how you gonna soak up that extra sunlight today?
Oh, I'm probably going to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's the Americano?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I
How's the
start to say it again.
Americano?
He cuts it off again. I go, he goes, that sounds good. Here's Moon with traffic again. Just keep giving us traffic.
Let's get all the traffic and weather out of the way now. and
Yeah,
just,
sure,
Just
yeah.
cruise on. Rafe,
Yes.
are
Yes,
you
sir.
ready?
I'm ready, brother. Tis time.
I was pausing for dramatic effect.
Oh,
Rafe, are you ready?
I am ready.
It's time for this week's Pause Memoriam.
Yes. Let Daddy get his readers on.
You.
Those of you unfamiliar,
You do have
the
your
E
readers on.
Memoriam, I know, I'm falling apart, man. He's wearing socks and sandals. I'm wearing readers. What happened to us, man?
What kind of glass are those, Bobby?
We're getting old. Oh, these are Dollar General Lady
Patrick
Hounds. I call
Mahomes.
them Lady Hounds.
Hey, by the way, and before we
Hell
start,
yeah.
Rafe, you ever see the commercial for Walton Goggins goggle glasses?
Yes.
No.
Those are a real thing.
Yes.
I went to the website.
They're real.
And you could they are for sale.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're
We'll
like
get you
the
some.
Panthers or whatever those
Goggin
things
goggles.
are called. You know what I'm talking about? Like the 80s Oakleys looking things?
Yeah, and you could buy them with the strap or to go around the ears.
Goggins.
Strap on or not?
Goggles.com. Dude, it's absurd.
I want to get me one of
This
those
is-
Goggin goggles.
Look at them.
Look at the modeling that he's doing.
Like I was thinking about
It
buying
kind of looks
a pair.
like Rafe. Rafe, you have like a Goggins face shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Go-
for
He has
snowboarding.
that scowl.
Go
They
to
both
sh-
have that stare where it looks like even with glasses on, it's
Go
a
to
1,000
shop
yards.
because the names of the glasses are funny.
Strap in, look out.
This is for snowboarding. Has to be. Like,
There's the La Tortuga,
Mama's
Skillet.
Mama's Skillet.
Hell yeah.
the Cumulonimbus.
The blue. And then
Dude, this is great
Limoncello.
for tennis.
Limoncello.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a real thing. They're expensive.
$150.
Yeah,
They keep the sun off your eyes.
you're paying for the name. Okay, Rafe, I'm sorry.
Strap in,
That's
look
okay.
out.
I'm still reeling from looking like Walton Goggins. Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we go. For those of you that don't know, the E Memoriam is like the Oscars in Memoriam, where we say goodbye. Instead of Hollywood legends, we say goodbye to people we lost on the Rizzuto Show this week. Usually it's emails or angry messages, people we pissed off, something we said, maybe a topic we discussed. Sometimes it's ourselves, experiences that we've had. No one's safe from a heartfelt satirical farewell. And without further ado, let's get started. First up this week, Cyberg's Family Night. A tragedy in 3 acts. This week, Rizz accidentally stumbled into Cyberg's on an unknown family night, and it really ruined his day. Supposed to be a simple dinner, Rizz walks into Cyberg's on a family night, a man unaware of the storm ahead, clowns, kids, sticky booster seats, high fructose chaos, and at the eye of it all, Silly Jilly, a relentless balloon artist with the energy of a Pixar character on Adderall, armed with a fanny pack of inflatable vengeance. She approached Rizz like a heat-seeking Labrador. "Would you like a balloon puppy or a unicorn crown?" she asked. Already twisting hair in latex, Rizz was frozen stiff, already emotionally triggered by the ambient noise of children enjoying their lives. You could see the panic in his eyes, the kind of fear only a true curmudgeon feels when cornered by whimsy. But then she arrived to save the day. Jilly's worst nightmare. Roundhouse Roseanne. Rizz's mom, straight out of New York, and built like a cross between a sweet Nona and a bouncer at the Double Deuce. When Silly Jilly approached the table and offered to make Rizz a wacky weasel hat, Roseanne stood up slowly, and the table leaned with her like the table knew it was coming. You think my son wants a balloon hat, La Putana? He's 46. He's got hemorrhoids and a mortgage. Silly Jilly didn't blink. She said, but ma'am, it's a family event. Roseanne narrowed her eyes like a hawk in the sky and said, so's a funeral, bitch. So you better start making balloon crosses if you think you're touching a hair on my sweet Scotty Daniels head.
Bobby, this actually happened.
This did happen. Yes, this did happen.
What?
Rizz tried to defuse the situation, but was quickly shushed by both women, one with maternal authority, the other with the squeaky balloon. It was like watching Roadhouse if it were set at a Chuck E. Cheese. The air shifted, children stopped chewing, a mozzarella stick hit the ground in slow motion. Roseanne marched up, cracked her neck, and said, back off, you Ronald McDonald wannabe. You're 3 squeaks away from losing your fingers. Silly Jilly smiled like she wanted the smoke. She said, ma'am, I do this for the kids. Oh, yeah, Roseanne growled. Then you're going to die for the kids. And suddenly, it was on. The clash was seismic. Silly Jilly squeaked out a balloon sword. Roseanne countered with a wooden spoon that appeared from her all-purpose purse like a medieval relic. Silly Jilly made a balloon that looked suspiciously like a middle finger. Roseanne broke it off and called her a gum-smacking Goomba with a Party City vest. And Rizz quietly held his testicles in a to-go box as he watched Mommy work. It was 2 titans of chaos, Roseanne swinging Volpi sausages like nunchucks, Silly Jilly wielding a Darth Maul-like 2-sided balloon saber. A kid yelled, Mommy, is this part of the show? As Roseanne suplexed Jilly through the condiment stand. When it was over, Silly Jilly's balloon pants were shredded, her lifeless body covered in Cyberg sauce, and Roseanne sat calmly back in the booth, sipping a Diet Coke, and the only word she said, check, please. And next time, tell the manager, keep the clowns at the circus. Family night canceled until further notice.
I mean, it was embellished a little bit, Bobby.
That sounds, yeah, it sounds like that could happen.
Yeah. I mean, he embellished a little bit.
Just a tad.
Howdy, Roseanne.
A little bit there.
Roseanne did roundhouse a balloon artist, though, and that's the point of this story. And Cybergs kept the fight on security cam. It plays every hour on the hour in the break room. It's called The Night the Rizzutos Came to Town. And legend has it, there's still a balloon poodle in the rafters watching, waiting, scarred by the violence it has witnessed. Bye-bye. Sorry, Mama Rizz. I love you. Next up, Clint's opinion on Ann Wilson. We have to say goodbye to a listener this week. Clint's musical credibility. We love you, bud, but you're an idiot. Tragically lost the moment he opened his mouth and said, I don't think Ann Wilson's that great of a singer. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, Clint! Clint, bless your tone-deaf little heart. Somehow you heard Barracuda and thought, yeah, this bitch is mid. Sorry, dude. This is a man who once called a Puddle of Mud cover band called Muddle of Pud underrated. Thanks. I was real proud. I couldn't wait to get to that. Nice. So we should have seen the signs. This is a band, you know, Ann Wilson doesn't sing, Clint, all right? She summons thunderstorms, brother. Her voice could break glass, raise the dead, and light a Marlboro cigarette hanging out of the mouth of a roadie on stage left. She's what every karaoke hero thinks they sound like till they hit the first note and blow out their own spleen. Ann Wilson's range could resurrect a failed marriage, start an old Camaro, and cause a priest to reconsider celibacy. Wow. That's right. It's that good. So pour one out for Clint, not because he's gone, just because he's an idiot. Your opinion died as you lived, Clint, like a dumbass. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And finally, today's rant. Rizz is going to be glad he missed this. We got to talk about AI lovers.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this.
Monday, you took the day off, and we chatted about people who are engaging in relationships with AI as opposed to real people. Some of them while dating real people, and we asked the question if it was cheating, and we decided it is cheating. It's cheating on yourself. It's cheating on love. It's cheating on the joys of life. So, if you'll allow me, This is going to be a little bit of a rant, but I'm going to get my boombox out, Rizz. Let's get my boombox. I'm going to raise it above my head. St. Louis, it's time for Rafe Williams, St. Louis's love doctor. Southern Illinois' Lloyd Dobler is standing outside your window wherever you live. City, county, metro east, to a lesser degree, Festus. Today, star-crossed lovers, we rage against the sanitized, code-generated, perfectly polite ghost in the machine some people are calling AI romance. No, thank you. We're not swiping right on that nonsense. No, Chad GPT. You don't need a chatbot partner. Sure, dating AI sounds easy. No arguments, no mixed signals. AI won't ghost you unless it's literally rebooting. It remembers your birthday, compliments your personality, and tells you you're handsome even when your face looks like a boiled ham. Well, let me ask you this. Where's the risk? Love is life, and life is risk. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, is nothing, and becomes nothing. They may avoid suffering and sorrow, but they cannot learn, feel, change, grow, or love. Where's the chemical warfare of heartbreak, the chest-crushing ache of watching them fall for someone else with better eyebrows? That's real love, baby. Messy, stupid, unreliable, and a glorious disaster. Because real love isn't perfectly tailored. It's messy. It's opening your soul like a Word doc with no backup and letting someone else hit edit. It's unrequited love, rejection, bad timing. It's saying I love you in here and thank you, or it'll pass. It's a secret Spotify playlist steeped in grief. It's farting too early, crying too late, sharing your most tender parts with someone who might screenshot them and put them in a group chat or, God forbid, on Reddit. You want to know what love is? Real human love? It's renting a hot air balloon to propose and getting dumped mid-flight. It's driving 11 hours straight with a mixtape and a dozen roses only to find out she got back with Randy with the lazy eye. It's screaming into your steering wheel at midnight because you saw their car at someone else's house and your brain created a very disgusting porno inside your head. It's taking a chance so stupid, so raw, so vulnerable, your therapist says, Jesus Christ, lady, I don't even know what to say to you right now. You have to have the sour to taste the sweet. It's writing poetry in your iPhone Notes app that no one will ever see, but will make the ghost of Steve Jobs openly weep. Just listen to the beauty and pain in this. They met at a time when love had no space to grow, when hearts were entangled elsewhere, and timing was the kind that only allowed passing glances, not permanence. They didn't share holidays or promises. What they had was stolen pauses between chaos, lingering eye contact in a crowded room, a laugh that echoed days later, a moment that said everything without a single word. He never asked her to rewrite her story. She never asked him to burn his bridges. Because some love is too rare to be caged, too sacred to be dragged through decisions. They weren't a tragedy or a betrayal, but a quiet knowing, a bond that lived in the spaces between choices. A love that doesn't scream to be seen, it simply exists like a soft ache, a familiar song you hear in someone else's car. A what-if that never really fades. A love too tender to touch.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Too real to deny, too fragile to survive the weight of this world. God damn, man! That's a real poem. That's not the result of an echo chamber or an algorithm that's somebody whose heart got hit with an atom bomb, dog. That's not inspired by AI. That's inspired by IE, as in girls' names who should end in Y, but end with an IE instead. Amy, Brandy, Mandy, Christy, trust me, those girls gonna make a mess of your ass. Or a dude whose name ends in O, literally and figuratively, for a woman, like Alejandro or Fabrizio you met at the summer internship when you studied abroad. You don't create and write art like that because a server crashed in Palo Alto. You write that when you're crashing out in your primary care doc's driveway at 3 a.m. begging for an emergency Xanax prescription. AI will never leave you on red while still watching your stories. AI will never show up at a mutual friend's wedding reception dating your former AA sponsor. You don't wake up at 6 a.m. numb from your shoulder to your fingertips with pins and needles permeating every nerve in your limb and refuse to move as much as a muscle because your computer's laying on your arm and looks too perfect in the morning light for you to even twitch and take the chance of disturbing your laptop's sleep mode. You want an AI relationship, you're better off to bang your Roomba. So no, you don't need a flawless love algorithm. You need a person, preferably one with weird trauma and an ex they're kind of over. Real love involves risk, and risk, unfortunately, does not come with terms of service, guys. Can't check a box, Rizz. He's hating this right now. Rizz, you deserve the real thing, bud. You deserve the butterflies and the ulcers, the hurt, the healing, the eventual drunken conversation where you say, honestly, I think I grew from this. Because love isn't safe, it's not programmed, it's not polite, it's diving head first out of your car into emotional traffic with nothing but your heart on your sleeve and 2 squirts of cologne you found in the glove box. So go out there and get your heart shattered, cry in a CVS parking lot, kiss someone at baggage claim, even if you don't know them.
What? No.
No, don't do that.
Is this your bag?
Risk is all about that one beautiful, chaotic chance to feel everything, because love is pain, love is glory.
I had to restart the song.
It's fine.
Love is awful, it's terrible, it's scary, it's messy and confusing, it hurts you in places you didn't know you had, it makes you anxious, insecure, paranoid, it warps your brain, it hijacks your reason, it makes you creepy. You forget how to eat or sleep, it makes you obsessed with your hair, it makes you cruel, forget how to function around other people, it makes you selfish and reckless. You start Googling things like how to look cool while crying, or can you die from a broken heart? Love turns you into a version of yourself that you hate and wouldn't introduce to your parents. It's a dumpster fire we run into, smiling, holding a gas can, and yet it's all any of us ever want. And it's brutal as all get out when we get there, so no wonder it's something we don't want to do alone. Being a romantic doesn't mean being soft, Rizz. And love isn't something that weak people do. Being a romantic takes a hell of a lot of hope, bud. I think that's what they mean. So when you find someone you love, it feels like hope. And if you're lucky enough to find someone who gives your eyes the light, the heat, and gives you hope, that's love, baby. Messy, mad, and absolutely worth it. So suck it up and get off the internet, pussies. Bye-bye. All my instincts. I think some people just pulled over. Fell in love in traffic.
All right.
Yeah, kiss who's ever in traffic.
Get out of your car and kiss somebody on 270.
Get on top of your
Stop the
car.
car. Hit maneuver somebody, just kiss the driver.
Right? Pull over and lock lips with somebody. Guys, go out there, stop banging your computers, and find love. And that brings us to this week's real RIPs, an actual dead person. Ann, is it Burrell?
Burrell, yeah.
Okay, I'm saying it right. Ann Burrell was a Food Network star, passed away untimely death this week. It was a bummer. That was the only one I had this week, so I feel like we had a light week in the actual RIP department. That concludes this week's Email.
Oh, thank you, Rafe Williams.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, Lord.
Very poetic.
So poetic.
And the Peter
Love it.
Gabriel behind it.
Where do I find instrumental Peter Gabriel?
You
I
look
had to
up-
dig deep.
I feel like I need to watch. I just want to listen to that for the rest of the day.
You look up Peter Gabriel in your eyes instrumental on YouTube. It's right there.
Ah, YouTube.
Wow.
It's right there.
Yeah.
YouTube's got
That's
everything.
amazing.
I did Spotify, I did Apple, and then I finally, YouTube's got it.
I'm going to play that music and then tell ChatGPT things I've never told anybody
Yeah.
else.
That's
Yes.
great.
That's what I do.
my deepest desires.
Yeah. How do I do this, ChatGPT?
All right, listen, we got to take a break. Bobby Jaycox is here. He's at Helium Comedy Club tonight. One night only, 2 shows, 7 and 9:15. After the break, we are playing what, Rafe?
Guess who?
Guess who? Guess who? All right, we got Puddle of Mud tickets. Saturday night, August 2nd, Alton Amphitheater. If you want, you can go see Social Distortion, too. We got tickets for that show as well.
Somebody on the texter asked if the fan club for Puddle of Mud is the Muddy Buddies.
Yes.
Damn straight.
So Social D is at the pageant on July 9th. And we got tickets to go see Cake over at the Factory on, we got tickets for the Wednesday, June 25th show. They're playing 2 nights over at the Factory. So, Rafe, how are we playing this game today?
Well, it's like a traditional game of Guess Who with a Rizz spin. So we're going to get a caller on the line. We can spin the wheel or we can choose for them. They're going to play against a crew member. You have 2 minutes. I'll have a celebrity, musician, someone from the zeitgeist in mind, and you can ask me yes or no questions, just like the old game Guess Who. And I'll answer as many as you want. And at the end of 2 minutes, you either get it, you're playing. It's a 2-minute timer, because if it goes past 2 minutes, we're just going to call it. And if we get to 2 minutes, you get one last guess at who it might be.
Okay, so we're going to go. So we'll put everybody's name on the wheel, including Bobby's name. Okay?
Yeah, put my name on the wheel.
So, of course, you're...
Put my name on the wheel.
Put Bobby on the wheel.
So, we'll go back and forth.
Correct.
I'll ask a question.
They'll ask
You'll
a
ask
question.
a question. I'll ask a question. You'll ask a question.
And you can guess.
For 2 minutes.
But your guess counts as a question.
If RizzShow member gets it before you...
You get nothing.
You get nothing. If you get the celebrity that Rafe is thinking about, then you win. That's it.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. We'll have 2 minutes to ask questions. Moon, you'll have 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the
2
clock.
minutes will be on the clock. And listen, this will be fun.
Tickets to Peter Gabriel instrumental.
One night only.
One night only. It's just you. One seat, you and Peter.
314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. It's easy. It's going to be fun. Guess who next?
Hey, this is Jim Florentine, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz. I mean, you're a grown man. Are you still doing birthdays? You know what I mean? That's for kids. Birthdays are for kids. All right, great. So it's your birthday. I'll meet you at Chuck E. Cheese. We'll play some games and have some cake. Yay.
That yay at the end there. So,
Yeah.
chef's kiss. Bobby Jaycox is in studio.
Yes.
See him at Helium Comedy Club. Tonight only.
Tonight only. Yeah, I'm back in St. Louis. I'm excited to
big
be
deal.
here.
Back in
Yes.
the cut.
We're going to go to the zoo today. We're going to go to the Arch. We're going to go to the zoo. We're going to go to the City Museum.
And go back to the zoo.
Go back, get some gooey butto cake.
Pet to Joaff's.
Pet to Joe's.
All right. Guys, we got some stuff to give away. So let's do it. And today's contest is sponsored by...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's sponsored by CarStar, your auto body repair experts. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com.
And by the way, thanks to CarStar for giving us the car that we'll be driving for Track 270 on July the 11th.
It's a 1994 Z71. Yeah?
Nice.
I don't know.
Truck. I know that it's a truck.
It is a truck? All right, that's what I did here.
All right, so we're playing a game called Guess Who. So Rafe has somebody in mind. It's a celebrity, musician, whoever, somebody in the cultural zeitgeist.
That's right.
So we'll get you on the phone. We'll spin the wheel. My name's on there, Moon's name, Lern's name, Bobby's name, and King Scott's name. So
Who's it going to be?
we'll go back and forth, caller, RizzShow member, asking yes or no questions to Rafe.
Yes.
If you, the caller, can get who Rafe has in mind before the RizzShow member, you win your choice of prizes. Now, these are only yes or no questions.
Yeah. You can only ask me yes or no questions, and there is a 2-minute time limit, so I would just get as many in as you can. There's no limit to the questions, but if the RizzShow member gets it first, you're asked out.
Right.
So
Okay.
choose wisely.
Puddle of Mud tickets, Social Distortion tickets, and cake tickets up for grabs. So Rafe, the back and forth, at the end after 2 minutes, will the listener get one guess or two guesses?
One guess.
One guess.
You'll get a final guess.
Okay, let's go to Mark in Warrenton. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
All right, Mark, we're going to spin the wheel. Let's see who you'll be playing against.
You know, should we do, if we get to 2 minutes and they get one guess, we give them the benefit of asking the people not playing what they think?
Sure.
Say we
King,
do that.
King, you're playing with Mark.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so it's King, Scott, and Mark, and I guess we'll begin with Mark. Mark will get to ask the first question.
Okay.
So you guys have to go back and forth asking questions.
Summons the time up.
Okay, maybe I should
Timer's
get some,
ready.
should I get some
Mark
music going
is
here,
inside
too?
the
sounds-
Gravitron.
Mark is surrounded by zombies.
What is going on
He's
over
in a
there,
breathing
Mark?
tube, I think. How come it was quiet when we were on the phone
just
earlier?
in-
Can you take it off
Are
headphones?
you at the zoo?
No, I'm in earbuds at work right now looking at a semi.
Does it
That's
not,
what it
not
is.
sound like he's in like an
the bird.
aviary?
He's in the bird
so many
cage.
kinds of
what
birds.
it is, there's a bunch of birds that like built nests in here.
I
They
don't really,
leave.
I don't really care. To be honest with you. All right,
Yeah, right.
you ready? Let's go. Let's play.
Is this Fredbird?
Guess who?
All right,
Mark, your first question, and then the timer begins.
Is this person a male?
Yes.
This person an actor.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Can you move your headphones just to your phone? Can you get rid of those?
My phone.
Yeah, go to
Oh
your
my God! Just ask
Yeah,
questions for God's sakes.
Sorry, guys.
Clock's going. So
I gotta figure out how.
1:30.
Just ask questions, man.
Is this person over 40 years old?
Yes.
Is this person from America?
No.
Is this person from Missouri?
No. That would be in America.
Okay. Oh, shoot, yeah. That was when I was switching my earbuds out.
Way to go,
was,
Mark.
buddy. Sure
Does
was.
this person also direct films?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Is this person doing a movie recently?
Yes.
1 minute to go.
Scott.
A little faster, guys.
Sorry.
Killing me.
Is this person
God.
James Bond?
No.
Is this person Joaquin Phoenix?
No. Okay. No.
Got some people.
Yeah.
Fine. That's
Hey, do it. Do it.
Is this person bald?
No.
Is this person tall?
Yes.
20 seconds.
Is this person white?
Yes.
Ten seconds.
Yeah. I'm out.
All right. Is this person?
Get one in, Scott.
Scott,
Hurry
Is
up.
it Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, no.
That's the alarm, by the way.
All right. You
Any,
get.
any guesses?
Let's go around the room. Does anyone think they know who it is?
We'll stop paying attention.
Rizz, I can
Stop
see the
paying
frustration in your face, but go ahead. I'll give you the basics. Over the age of 40, active, actor, white, male, not bald, working, recently, does not direct. That's all I can remember.
Harrison Ford.
No.
Okay.
Not American, by the way.
Not American.
Not American, not,
Not
from Missouri,
American.
not a director. Recent movie, yes. I will say Ian McClellan.
No.
Liam Neeson.
No.
Ricky Gervais.
No. Good, all good guesses. You got one guess
Mark,
left. Mark,
You got a guess?
the room couldn't save you.
Billy Bob Thornton.
He is American.
Very American.
Who are we thinking?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
He's Canadian.
I should have said North America.
Take Scott off the board.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I
I,
mean,
should have said North
technically,
America.
he is an American, right?
No, he's
nope.
Canadian. Well,
I mean,
North
it's America.
Canada is in North America.
Canada's in America.
yes,
right?
if he's American.
That's not the spirit.
Just
Oh,
North
sorry.
We're
America.
not the only Americans.
Yes, my raging nationalism. ruined
Well,
that
come
one.
on, Lern.
Doggone it.
For God's
Hey,
sake.
man, we want people to win or what?
Lisa.
So if you would have asked me if he was from America and it was a South American actor, you guys wouldn't have been mad at me?
No.
If I was like,
we all
yep.
knew what you were throwing down. All right, Moon and Lisa are
right.
going up against each
Here we
other,
go.
okay?
Here we go.
Lisa, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to ask the first question, and then we'll start the clock. All right, here we go. Guess who?
All right. Is it a male?
No.
Is this person alive?
Yes.
Is this person skinny?
Yes.
Actor?
No.
A musician?
Yes.
Very popular.
Yes.
In their 20s?
No.
May I take a guess? Am I allowed to do a name?
Yeah.
Is it Taylor Swift?
No.
That's a good guess.
How about, are they in the 30s?
No.
Are they over 50?
No. We care about their age.
Are they white?
Yes.
Pop singer?
Yes.
Is it Shakira?
Shakira.
No.
American?
Yes.
1 minute.
Katy Perry?
No.
Blonde?
Yeah. I'm going to say no.
Is it maybe Leanne Ryan?
No.
Ann Rhymes.
Have they played St. Louis recently?
No.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Have they played the amphitheater?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Is this person over 6 foot?
No.
15 seconds.
Is this person still doing music?
Yes.
Do they play an instrument?
No.
5, 4,
Oh God.
3, 2.
The
What?
Beyonce?
Okay.
It's not Beyonce. Boop, boop. I'll let the room have a go, and then you'll get a final guess.
So it's somebody over 30 and not over 50.
Yes, so I think we can determine that they're in their 40s.
Right. So is it Gwen Stefani?
It is not. Great guess. You're on the right track.
Is it Carrie Underwood?
It is not. Still on the right track. Click, click, click. Click, click, boom.
Lady Gaga?
No.
Avril Lavigne.
No.
Dang it. I had the
Scott? You guys are dancing around it for sure.
Avril
I
just
think
played
she's
her
over
last.
50, but I'm going to say Faith Hill.
No. All right. You got
Lisa, one shot at it.
shot at it.
All right. I'm going to say Alanis Morissette.
No. Unfortunately, it was Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson.
Gosh dang.
Okay.
On our TV every
That's
day.
a great one.
Damn
That's
it.
a great one.
Yep,
That was-
good
that was a
job.
one. And I think we did a good job.
Yeah,
nailing
I
it
honestly
down.
thought you guys are off such a great start. I was like,
Damn
this
it.
is going to be the dunk. We're going to get this in a minute. We just
Not a good enough
dancing
job.
around a couple of questions that would narrow it down.
I feel like such a failure.
All right, Justin, hello.
Hello, good morning, lady and gentlemen.
All right, let's spin the wheel. Who are you going to be with? You're going to be
Lern.
with Lern.
It's Lern.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, let's go.
Okay.
Wait.
Justin and Lern. Okay, Justin, when you ask the first question, the timer begins.
Good luck, Justin.
All right.
we go.
Is it a male or female?
Well, you can't do that. You got to ask.
Sorry. Is this person a male?
Yes.
Is this person over 50?
No.
Is this person an actress?
Well, it's a male, so I'm going to say an actor.
Sorry, actor?
Yes.
Sorry. All right.
Is this a lead actor?
Yes.
Was this person recently in a film?
Yes.
Does this person have blue eyes?
No.
Is this person white?
No.
Is this person single?
Yes. Come on, you guys are crushing it. Keep going.
Is this person? Is this person?
Under a minute.
Oh, crap! Don't do that.
I mean,
Is this person in
chill
a
it.
movie? I know. I'm killing time.
40 seconds.
Is this actor in the room
Just
with us
pass.
right now?
Just pass.
Yeah, just
Pass.
pass. All right, Lern.
Am I attracted to this person?
Yes.
This
You better
person-
get it, because she's going to get it. You better get it right now.
Think about it, Justin. Who am I attracted to, Justin? Go.
Everybody.
Stop.
Single.
It changes weekly. 15
seconds. Single. Actor. Not white. Been in stuff. Very popular.
Justin.
Makes Lern horny. Who am I talking about?
Not
Is
over
this
50.
person not over 50?
Two,
Is this
one.
person?
Okay.
It's over.
All right.
Oh,
Lern.
Pedro Pascal.
Indeed, it is
Pedro
Pedro
Pascal.
Pascal.
yeah.
Who is
I was going to
50
ask,
Sorry, Justin.
does
Who
this
is-
person have a nice mug?
who is
Yeah.
50 years old. So the very specifics of the question was, is this person
I said he was
over 50?
49 when I looked it up.
Oh, no, he's 50.
Yeah, he
just
just
had
turned
a
it 3
birthday.
minutes ago.
Well, today is his birthday.
No, but the question was, is he over 50? And no, he's 50.
Okay, good.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
All right. Jen, hello.
Good morning.
All right,
Can I
Jen.
encourage
It's either
something
me
here?
or Bobby you're going to play with, and you are going to play with Bobby Jaycox.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
Do you want to write down anything?
Yes, please.
Bobby.
Thank you.
Write down your scribble notes if you need to. All right.
I want to
Jen.
encourage something here
Okay.
because I
This
feel
is
like
tough.
people are struggling way more than because we played this in the office and we were killing it. Ask questions that make the circle smaller.
Yeah.
Like
Narrow
if
it
you know
down.
they're an actor, say, are they in action movies?
Yeah.
Are they in love stories? Are they in maybe even say, are they played a superhero? Were they in a Star Wars? get down to the meat of the bone a little bit, and it'll be easier.
I'm just going to start. I mean, like John Ham.
Is he
John
like-
Goodman. John Ham. John Ham.
Just
John
keep
Ham.
guessing John Ham.
Is this person John?
John.
One of these times, it's going to be John Ham.
Yeah, it's easier to make this game harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And you can just back out and just narrow it down. You got this.
Okay. You ready?
Who's ready?
Jen, you first?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Let's start the timer when you ask your first question. Let's go.
Good luck, Jen.
Is this person a musician?
Yes.
Is it a female?
No.
Have they recently played St. Louis?
No.
Do they play an instrument?
Yes.
Are they American?
Hell yes.
Have they ever been in movies as well?
Yes.
Good question.
Are they under 50?
No.
Are they over 50?
Yes.
Are they white?
Yes.
Are they very white?
Yes. Yes.
That's a great question.
It's actually a good question. Yes.
Are they in a pop band?
No.
1 minute.
Have they ever been in any trouble?
Yes.
I know it is.
Are they from the 70s era?
Yes.
Pass.
Okay. Your turn.
Are
Jen,
they the lead singer?
are they the
I'm the
lead
lead
singer?
singer. Yes.
Yes.
I'm answering for you because I know who this is.
I know it is.
Yeah, I know it too.
Are they currently on tour?
No.
Oh, wait.
This changes it for
That
me.
switched.
Do they have dark hair?
I can't hear what she's
What'd you
saying.
say?
Dark
Do
hair.
they have dark hair?
Yes.
John Ham.
No.
Is it Ozzy Osbourne?
No.
Ozzy Osbourne, no.
Is it a heavy metal band?
No.
Are they singing country?
Yes.
Is it old country?
Yes.
No, it's
Your turn.
Jen.
Is it Johnny Cash?
No.
Oh, is it Wailing Jennings?
Yes.
Jennings. Wow, sorry, Jen.
Bye-bye.
Holy smokes.
Is it new pop country from the 70s?
Dirty pop.
It took so long to get to what kind of music they play.
Yeah. Musician out of the gate.
Good job. Good job, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
One
Thank you.
final contestant. I guess it's me and whoever this person is.
Bobby
gonna
knows his
be.
baby.
All right, let's go to Chrissy. Hello, Chrissy.
Hi.
Hi, Chrissy. All right,
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Final contestant. It's you and me. Okay. Your time starts as soon as you ask that first
See
question.
which one of these is going to piss Rizz off the most. Okay, I got it. Let's go.
Okay, let's get a winner.
Okay.
Let's get a winner.
Is
Chrissy.
it
Here we
a
go.
male?
Say again.
Is it a male?
Yes.
Is it a male?
Are they a musician?
Yes. Ish.
Are they? Oh.
Go ahead.
Are they coming to St. Louis?
No.
Okay. Mainly an actor.
Yes.
Chrissy?
Oh, sorry. It's mainly an actor. Is that what you just said?
Yep.
Do they do action movies?
No.
Has this person been in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Are they comedy?
No.
Not comedy. Is this an award winner?
Yes.
Is it Timothy Chalamet?
Excuse me, who? Chalamet?
Timothy?
No.
Timothy Chalamet.
No, it's not M. Night Timothy Chalamet.
What, has this person been in a superhero movie?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good question.
Are they romance?
No.
Is this person considered a heartthrob?
No.
So it's not John Hamm.
Thank you.
40 seconds.
Are they ever on TV shows?
Yes.
Is this person in their 50s?
No.
Are they in their 20s?
No.
Is this person sick?
No. Not that I know of.
15 seconds.
Are they a current actor?
Yes.
Is this person black?
No.
Not like that.
Are they popular with the ladies?
Surprisingly, yes.
Okay, that's it. Time. Okay.
I think I got this one.
All right.
Scott, who do you think it is?
I think it's Billy Bob Thornton.
It is Billy Bob
Oh,
Thornton.
my God. You know,
Congratulations.
Because you kept going through every genre. Is he this? Is he
you
that?
got it, Chrissy.
Saved by the
Congratulations.
mouth of- well, it's hard because I'm like, he has done Bad Santa, but I wouldn't say he's a comedic actor.
Yeah, but
so I didn't
how's
want to
it-
lead people down that path.
It's amazing he has no genres that he's not in action. He's not in. He's,
Drama. If you just said drama,
I guess
would've said
drama. Yeah.
All I know is I've been watching him in Landman because you guys talked about that, and everything he says, I'm laughing at. So it's a comedy to me.
Yeah.
It's a comedy to me because of him.
He's at his Billy Bob Thorntonist. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you won. I'm glad somebody won
All
some
right, we got.
tickies.
Does anyone want to play again?
I would
One
love
more?
to.
All right, Moon.
Yeah.
You're going to be up with Nick. Nick?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, Nick, final contestant.
man.
Do you have another name?
Nick.
Rafe?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Okay. It's going to be Nick.
I thought you were asking Nick if he had.
It's going to
another
be
one.
Nick, and it's going to be Moon. Final contestant for Guess Who?
Here we go.
And by the way, before I thought you were talking Willie Nelson. Did anybody else think that?
I did
Yeah,
it first, and then he
everyone
said
thought
Dark
that.
Knight, and I was like, oh, it's Waylon Jennings. With him,
I wrote
it's
down
Waylon.
Billy Bob at the very beginning.
Nice.
I had it.
I thought someone might ask alive or dead.
Okay, Nick.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Nick.
Rapid fire. Let's get this.
Nick, first question, and we start the timer. Ready?
Male?
No.
Musician.
Yes. Strangling a gerbil on the other end. Nick, where you at, bud?
Is this person male?
No.
No
We
again.
established it's a musician woman. Over 50?
Yes.
Country music?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Blonde?
No.
Red hair.
Yes.
She
better get it
have
here,
a daughter
Nick.
that sings too?
Pardon?
It doesn't matter. Is it Reba
She have a daughter
McEntire?
that sings too?
No.
Is it Reba McEntire?
Yes, it is Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I knew it.
He's thinking the Judd.
That was it.
He was thinking the Judds. There's only two prominent redheads in country music, man.
Bonnie Raitt.
She's not
She
country.
straddles the line.
That's
But
fake
I'll agree with you.
Fake country.
Reba Del McIntyre.
Well, there you go. You did.
Love of my life.
Nick got tickets, right?
Nick?
Yeah.
No,
Ah,
you beat him.
Oh, shoot. I thought if I get it,
You're going
he
to
gets
Puddle of
tickets.
No, you're going to go see
Congrats,
Puddle of
pal.
Mud.
You're
Congratulations, buddy.
Congrats, and you're legally bound to go see Puddle of
I
Mud.
thought we were a
You
team.
have to go see Puddle of
I
Mud.
thought we were a team.
No.
Oh, shoot. Well, I should have let it go a little longer there.
No.
Well, I feel bad. Was I supposed to beat him?
Yeah.
Scott beat the last guy. I thought the last
Hey, you
guy.
can't help
No,
it. You're a
Scott
buddy,
helped.
buddy. You
I
can't
thought
really
she
help
got
it.
tickets.
I
Scott
allowed
was
the
a
rest of the room to
lifeline.
help as a lifeline if we ran out of time.
Oh, no.
If you win in real time, because Bobby won too, and that's just the way
And
it
then
is.
his kid's
dude.
like, "Did you win us Puddle of Mud tickets?" He's like, "No,
No.
we're just gonna go."
No,
we're not going.
no, son, I asked if it was a male 4 times. Even though I had several callers in front of me, and I said, well, I'm not going to say nothing stupid.
I'm sorry about
Somebody's Bad News Bears is definitely a comedy with him as the coach.
There are comedies he's in, but it's like if I say comedy, you guys are going to skewer me and say he's not a comedian.
that. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's also played a romantic. I mean, he's kissed people in movies too, but I wouldn't call him a romantic lead. I gotta make decisions about what these yes or no questions are going to be.
I like the game. I think we'll play it again. So Bobby approved it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Learn.
It's gonna be John Hamm next time.
I loved it.
Everything's going to be John Hamm next
Learn
time.
won, Bobby won, Moon won. Room did great.
Oh wait, so I'm going to Puddle of Mud?
You're going
Yeah,
Puddle
you
of
are
Mud.
going to Puddle of Mud.
Buddy, buddy.
You're actually in Puddle of Mud.
Moon, you have some sports headlines for us?
Sure, man. If that's what you want.
Yeah. We got a couple minutes left. Let's get some sports headlines from our main man, Moon.
Sports is presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. Nolan Arenado hit his 350th career home run during the Cardinals' doubleheader sweep of the absolute garbage White Sox, becoming just the 7th MLB player with 350 homers and 10 Gold Gloves, and only the second infielder, joining Mike Schmidt. It's pretty amazing.
That's
Celebrated
good.
with his teammates afterwards, calling the moment, quote, a really cool thing.
Nice.
Arenado also delivered the game-winning. I don't know what we're expecting from these guys, but when I read that kind of stuff, it always reads so poorly.
Me,
Arenado,
hit ball far.
really cool thing. You just did something that only 7 people in the universe have done. How do you feel? Really cool thing.
Really cool, man. Thanks.
Arenado also delivered the game-winning RBI in the 10th inning of Game 2, while Steven Matz struck out 4 in 1 inning, a rare feat. Ryan Helsley secured his 14th save, so congrats to him. The Cardinals, now with 6 doubleheaders this season, reshuffled their rotation heading into the weekend. The Indiana Pacers shut down the Thunder 108-91 in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Grow up, Scott. This is a very cool story, forcing a dramatic Game 7.
Bobby, who do you
Showdown.
got in the finals? Come on.
Oh, there's so many.
Give me the winner. Give me the winner. Here we go.
John Hamm.
I love it. Like, I know you clearly have no idea who's playing in the NBA Finals.
There's just
Are they male?
Yes.
Are they black?
Sometimes.
All-star.
Okay.
The U.S. men's national team overcame a gritty Saudi Arabia side 1-0 in the CONCACAF Gold Cup group stage second match on a warm, humid night at Q2 Stadium. They got a Gold Cup match coming up at Energizer Park. I think it's July 2nd? Yeah, July 2nd. You know what? You asked for headlines. You got the headlines.
All right. Well, thanks, Moon.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hey, this is Moon with headlines.
All right. We'll take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. So I got to tell you a couple things. Number one, you got to go see Bobby Jaycox tonight over at Helium, 7 o'clock and 9:15.
Yes, that is correct.
One night only.
One night
Jaycox.
only. It's the only time you can come see me. Come see me at the zoo all day, or I'll be doing shows at Helium tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Concrete World. What's that called? Cement Land.
Cement Land.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Slab World.
Yeah.
And also, big thanks to Dale and everybody over at Volpi for,
Oh, they just brought in they have the meat.
We have the meats now.
Now you guys
I think Volpi is now out of stuff because they brought it all here.
It was like
their stores
pandemonium.
closed.
I mentioned Volpi in the memoriam, and like a genie, he appeared.
Let me show you my sausage.
You guys opened up that
It's a nice
sausage and those
sausage,
sandwiches, and nothing was getting done anymore. Like it was. I mean,
Yeah,
you
Lern
guys-
describe the scene.
You were the box came open, 5 sandwiches came out. You guys were talking, happy. Rizz did his little dance that he does with free food.
Yeah.
It was pandemonium, and I appreciate it.
And
very
Bobby,
much.
now that you're seeing it, my sausage is bigger than expected.
That's a huge slump.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and I like that you have a casing on it. That's very responsible.
Uncut.
That's responsible. Not a lot of guys do that. Not a lot of guys do that anymore.
Always practice.
I learned my lesson.
He's a safe boy. Yes, thank you, Dale, and everybody over at Volpi. The sandwiches, and that's Union loaf of bread, by the way. That's
And it shows.
Fantastic.
Because it's good.
we love you guys. We are a Volpi show. See Lern and myself tomorrow. Hot Shots in Arnold starting at 3 o'clock. Be out there for the grand reopening of the Arnold location, shut down for a couple weeks because of the tornado.
Wing
but
eating
back
contest.
open tomorrow, 3 to 5. Michael's Flooring is the sponsor of the clip of the day. Also, the podcast, Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled.
We got a great title.
It is.
It's called Forgot because of Volpi came.
It's called Eat Bobby Jaycox's Volpi Sausage.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the name.
At Helium tonight.
Moon, what else?
Impact Life Blood Drive, the Point Blood Drive. Come down and get a shirt by, scoring karma points and giving a little bit of blood. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., please go to 1057thepoint.com/blood drive to make an appointment. It's at Hood's Home Center in Festus. And then, of course, the following week, I'm down at 9 Mile Garden, so check their website, 9milegarden.com, for a very special event. And then Can You Feel the Punk Tonight coming up August 8th at Chesterfield Amphitheater. Don't miss out.
All right, Lern.
Follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. Come out tomorrow. See Rizz and I. Thanks.
Bobby Jaycox.
My name is Bobby Jaycox, at Bobby Jaycox. I'll be at Helium tonight. 2 shows. Come out and see a show, or kiss me if you see me in St. Louis traffic.
All right. Rafe.
Come see me and Bobby at Menards right after the show, and then come out.
Which location?
We're going to be the one down on Brentwood. Yeah. We're going to be in the Menards, probably on the second floor, playing, having a good time. And
Good time playing.
go see him at Helium Comedy Club tonight. He's a very funny dude, and I love him. So go see Bobby Jaycox.
King Scott.
Yeah, if you want exclusive Bobby Jaycox content, make sure to follow King Scott Rules. It's right there, the headquarters.
Yes. That's sweet.
Yeah, Bobby Jaycox Central at King Scott Rules. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Montgomery City. Andy Hartzell is our Teamers Remember the Day.